Hello, everyone. Hello. How we doing? Welcome on in. I need to add another text thing here. Get a little bigger than that. Bigger. Okay, that's too big. Welcome on in. Today is December 27th, 2025. It is 1 year since I uploaded why Majora's Mask Blue Dog took 25 years, 1 year, Jesus. Took 25 years to win the race. This is a video that I'm extremely proud of. I'm really happy with the success, how well it did, and the reception. Obviously, it was very unexpected for a channel of my size, but nevertheless, it's something that I put a lot of effort into. It's something that I was, it was a passion project of mine for a long time. And I'm really happy that people liked it. So I'm doing this stream on Twitch and YouTube. So hello, YouTube chat. Ibu Cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. I am reading on Twitch and YouTube for today. We're going to go over some stuff. We're going to talk about the video. I'm going to go through some behind the scenes, talk about some of the stuff that came out. Yeah, say hello. I don't have the YouTube chat on the screen, unfortunately. We have just Twitch chat. But if you're watching from YouTube, you can also watch me on Twitch. It's up to you if you want to watch here or on twitch.tv/vidya. Whatever works for you. Give me a sec here. But yeah, it's wild thinking that what's happened over the last year. I'm thrilled that put the dogs away. I'm thrilled that the video did so well, like way beyond my expectation. I was hoping that it would, maybe get a little lucky with the algorithm, but never the level that it reached, because it was far beyond anything I ever could have imagined. Look at him go. He's so fast. Blue Dog's gonna win. We're actually seeing the Blue Dog win right now. And he's dead. What's up, KYG? What's up, Mal? How you guys doing? So yeah, let's I have gambling issues. We're not supposed to talk about that. Try as I might. Blue Dog will never win. Let me take a look. There's a tweet I want to pull up, actually, to start this off. Well, actually, before we do any of that, let me open up my YouTube channel. Yeah, go to the racetrack, bet on some horses, and let the people know that I was the one who inspired you to do that. Let the people know that it was my fault that you have a gambling addiction. Don't actually do that. That's not real advice. This is my YouTube channel. Hold on. I'll make it a bit smaller here. So, my YouTube channel is like 17 years old at this point. I made my YouTube channel in November of 2008, which is like really, really, really ancient as far as YouTube channels are concerned. Yeah, 69 videos. I can't upload anything more. I'm stuck. And when I started uploading Mario Paint videos because I saw them when I was in high school, and I didn't have any friends in high school, so I said I'm gonna make Mario Paint videos, and they're friggin' they're ancient at this point. It's Don't Stop Me Now is my second most viewed video. Actually, it's third now because the Water Temple video passed it. But for literally 17 years ago, November 19th, 2008, I'm not lying to you guys. This is archaeology as far as YouTube is concerned. What's up, Falkush? The man, the myth, the legend. How you doing, bud? Glad to see you here. The man who got this all sorted out, figured out how to get Blue Dog to win. It's really funny because if you go back to some of my old videos, like people are commenting like recently theme of Blue Dog, but if I look at like old comments, it's a time capsule, dude. It is a time capsule of a relic of YouTube past. In our odd generation. Oh, if only you knew. If only you knew what was coming. It's clear you are a huge fan of Queen. I was a huge Queen fan in high school. Insert a random comment about boobs here. Yes, this is great. This is exactly what I wanted to see. I'll make this a little bigger. You'll send me some of my. Can I play them on stream, John? I'm not gonna play them on stream. And like, I had one video that was where is it here? Yeah, I did Buddy Holly. This title here, I changed this title recently to get with the times. But yeah, I made this comment. It's like, this video is from 16 years ago. It's so old that one of the comments talks about like sending me a message on MSN. That is how long ago this was. Who remembers MSN Messenger here? Anybody remember? What was my YouTube channel's theme? I don't remember. I don't remember what I had for dinner yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, here's some of the grandpas coming up. Yeah. Let me find that comment. It's like, why haven't I commented? Oh yes, because I told you on MSN how awesome it is just before. Because I got this is Levis28, by the way. If you've been around my Twitch channel, you will recognize this name because Levis is still around. He's not left, my circle of friends, which is great. And he back then, I couldn't record my PC setup. I couldn't record like desktop audio because in 2008 that was just something some PCs couldn't do. But so I would send the files to other people and they would record on their computer and send it back to me. And so that was what I got Levis to do. Yeah, he is. I don't think he's like strictly my oldest internet friend, but he's definitely like one of the ones who's stuck around the longest. So yeah, shout outs to him. He might show up a little bit later. Blasting Linkin Park on Windows Media Player. Yeah, remember the 2000s? I don't. But yeah, for a long time this is all I did was just Mario Paint videos. And the most popular video I got was 143,000. I think it like just barely eclipsed 100,000 by the time, and I had amassed a total of 1,000 subscribers. And so let me see if I can find this tweet here. I wanted to search for this. Because this day, literally 1 year ago today, my YouTube channel had 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to try to find the tweet I made. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. This is a tweet from December 27th, 2024. And it just said, oh, you can't, it's cut off. Hold on. Yeah. 994 subscribers. It's like 6 subs away. If I hit 1,000, I'll upload the video tonight. I had more videos because I cleaned up my channel a bit. I got rid of a bunch of, or I unlisted a bunch of like speedruns that nobody cared about. I had less than 1,000 subs 1 year ago at this point. Like if we went back in time exactly 1 year ago, I had less than 1,000 subs on my YouTube channel. And how many subs do I have now? 28.8 thousand. We're almost at 30K, which is crazy. That is a number that I do not believe is real. I do not believe that is a real number, because that is insane growth off of basically one video, right? Name every single one? Absolutely not. But yeah, it's like overnight YouTube went from my smallest following to my largest by like a factor of 10, which is insane. I cannot believe that is a number that I'm looking at. And what did I do? I sat on my channel and I uploaded like 2 videos. I uploaded 2 videos and one of them bombed. One of them bombed super hard, but it's fine. Not everyone's going to be a banger, but hey, the water temple video did pretty well, all things considered. I said I would have been happy with 100,000 views, and it did double that. So that's pretty cool. The reality is, and I'll say this now for the record, as soon as it becomes like work, like a job and a thing I have to think about and like try to appease people, then I just kind of lose interest. That's kind of my big thing, is as soon as it becomes work, then I lose a lot of motivation. And even when it's not work, like motivation is a really weird thing for me. Like Falkush got the Blue Dog win back in August, and it took me 4 months to put the video together. And a lot of that time I was just not working on it. A lot of it was just, just like, oh, I should do this. Oh, but I'm busy. Oh, but I want to do other stuff. And then eventually I got this like random burst of motivation and just did the whole video in like a day or two, which is crazy. Had I known that the video would have popped off as much as it did, I probably would have spent more time like actively working on it. But I had less than 1,000 subs. I thought like maybe it'll get 10,000 views. I don't know. That's not where we really thought we were going to be, right? So I don't know. It definitely caught me off guard in a good way, but it's something that's, if hindsight is weird, because if I had known that it was going to get that much attention, I probably would have fine-tuned it a little bit more. Motivations and aggravation. I guess that's true. The thing is, I do have more videos that I want to make, but I don't want to make them because I feel like I need to make them. I want to do it because it's something I, genuinely want to make. And I feel like if I start forcing myself, then there's going to be a noticeable decline in quality. And I do not want to do that. So for the time being, I don't know when my next video is going to be, but I can tell you guys some of the videos that I want to work on. Hold on a sec. I want to do a video. I kind of wanted to get this done before the end of the year. That's obviously not happening. But I want to do a video on the history of Smash 64 world records, at least for like the bonus modes. So like break the targets, board the platforms. Because I think that's a really interesting story to tell. And I cannot wait to put that video out, and then everybody's going to call me a summoning salt hack. That's like my major concern with that, is that I don't want to look like I'm just ripping off summoning salt. So that's going to take some time. The good news is that like there's a rough draft script already written, which is for me is the hardest part, but it's not written by me, so I need to like adapt the script into something that I want to record, and then figure out how I want to record it. So that one's gonna probably take a while. I do want to make that video though. I do want to make that video. No, I refuse to use any sort of like generative AI to help me in the video creation process. ChatGPT is just a no-go. But I want to do a video on like the sound design of Ocarina of Time, and like talk about like why in particular like blindfolded runs are so doable for Ocarina of Time, and a big part of that is the sound design. I want to do a video about the bunny hood, talking about why it's overrated and why speedrunners don't use it. ChatGPT comes up with your season 9 routes for OT Rando. That is bold, to say the least. Hold on, we hit 30 minutes already. Oh, it's 15 minutes. Okay. In the sign design video? The sign design, huh? I don't know about that, but oh, sound design. Dude, the signs in OOT are crazy. And then, you know, I'll make videos as I get ideas. I just don't want to get into this point where there's like an expectation. I don't want to force myself to feel like I have to upload a certain amount or do videos a certain way to please people. So if that means like squandering this incredible growth and opportunity that I've been presented, then so be it. Like I never intended for this to be like the hustle, and I don't want it to be. So for me, I think I'm just gonna keep doing my thing and hope that someday I make another video that people enjoy as much as Blue Dog. And if they don't, then that's totally fine. At least now I have a little bit of attention on me, so people can come and go as they please, and I can't blame, you know, having a small channel anymore, because I don't think this is what I would call a small channel now. But I probably should upload more than 2 videos a year. Maybe I should pick up the pace there. I don't know. Anyway, one thing I wanted to do, I wanted to watch through the video and like talk about some of the finer details in terms of like what went into the creation process, and like a few things that a few like details and like behind the scenes information that you may not have known. So I think that might be fun. So we could watch through the video and talk about some of the details. Was it video 6-7? I guess it is. Damn, that's very funny. How you doing, Night Sarah? It's good to see you. Gold Dog video when? Go to the doggy racetrack and pick Gold Dog. Here, you know what? We can do that right now. We can do that right now. Here, why Gold Dog took 2 seconds to win the race. Here's the video. You pick Gold Dog. You bet on the Gold Dog. Check this out. Here's why Gold Dog took 2 seconds to win the race. Okay, this is not a Gold Dog win. That would have been funny if I just got the win right away. Yeah, no, he's cooked. Okay. Stop the count. You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. All right. Everybody loves a good underdog story. People often find themselves inspired by narratives where... Okay, so right off the bat here, we could talk about what I wanted to do for like presenting the initial, like the framing device behind this video. And there's a bit of analytics I can talk about that like went into why I framed it this way. So the question becomes, what is the most, when you're making a video, what is the most important part, like the most important section of the video? Like how much of it is like truly like what like gets people hooked and gets people in? And the answer to that is that the first 30 seconds or so, the first 30 seconds, if you're lucky, you will see about 1/3 of your audience click away within the first 30 seconds. That's just like a harsh reality. You have a good video, you will have 30% of your viewers click away in the first 30 seconds, which means that you really need to make sure that the first 30 seconds presents the concept in a way that's just like, here's what I'm doing. This is the story behind the video. You can't dilly-dally for too long. And this is just something that I'm pretty much going to do with every video I make from now on, is the first 30 seconds are going to be framed as like a introduction to the video that like just like encapsulates the whole thing. And so that's kind of what I was doing with this this intro here. I'd never done it before, but it was just kind of this idea that I had based on like watching other people talk about video creation and like their own analytics and what kind of went into that. So that's something I did here. And dude, some people got so mad at me for putting Shadow of the Colossus here because they're like, Shadow of the Colossus is not an underdog story. It's like, dude, it's small man fights against these giant stone golems. Like, what are you talking about? He has to like overcome these like crazy feats of strength to just to win back his girl. And you know, there's more to it than that. But a lot of people got really mad at me for putting Shadow of the Colossus here, which is hilarious. Thought this was, dude, I've said, how many times did I say 11 a.m.? Did I not say 11 a.m. enough times? On my Twitter account, I said, let's see here. On my Twitter account, yesterday I said 11 a.m. ET. In my Discord, I made an event starting at 11 a.m. ET, and I said it's going to be 11 a.m. And then I also posted on Blue Sky that it would be 11 a.m. So I think this one is on you, Bag. Did I not say 11 a.m. enough times? You've never heard the words 11 a.m. out of my mouth? Well, you just must not be paying attention. Yeah, sorry, the husband hammer, as people are calling it. Bag is my Twitch husband. There you go. Don't fuck with Bag. He'll fuck you up, man. Dude, people are favoriting me saying, "Hey, tomorrow I'm doing the stream," but when I actually tweet out, "Hey, I'm doing the stream," no favorites. What's up with that? Is that because I mentioned, "Hey, I'm doing a stream on Twitch"? Is that like, am I sending myself into algorithmic abyss? Yep. Yeah, it's I think that's a lot of people are calling it that. Sec here. Yeah, I don't know how Twitter works. I don't know how Twitter works. Are people not seeing the tweet? There we go. We got one favorite. One like, thank you. 37 views. 1.4K views. 37 views. I don't know what's up with that. Twitter's whack. Have I crumbled under the pressure of fame yet? No, because I've sat on that fame and done basically nothing except continue to stream for a year. But you know, it's been good. It's been good. Anyway, let's continue through the video. Where an unlikely participant rises up against all odds and triumphs in the face of adversity. It took me so long to sync up that like sword stab with the word triumph. Though, the underdog isn't a literal dog, but I can think of few competitors who have tried and failed more times than the blue dog in The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. So this shot here, you may notice this shot here, the frame rate, even I know OOT and MM have like awful frame rates, especially compared to Shadow of the Colossus PS4 remake, which is, you know, the beautiful clean 60 FPS. Usually though, but this is, believe it or not, this is actually not even 20 FPS. This is 16.6 FPS. Because this shot that I'm doing, this like zoom out shot, times than the blue dog. This is like a dynamic camera shot here. It was only doable using the debug ROM because it has like an in-house camera editor that you can use to like make small cutscenes. And anytime you like, if you like load an area in Majora's Mask, it'll show this like intro cutscene where like the camera pans from one side to another, and then it'll cut to another camera angle and it'll do another pan. They are using that tool that I used here to make that like zoom out effect. It is, first of all, it's all in Japanese. So like I had to just like trial and error figure out what all the different like menu options were. And it's just so unwieldy and so hard to do. So I only did like 2 or 3 shots using this tool, but this zoom, I really wanted this zoom out shot for like the end of the intro here.
Competitors who have tried and failed more
and I'm really happy with how it came out, but it took me so friggin' long to get this shot. And this what I wanted here was something similar to like, hold on. In the Majora's Mask, like the title intro sequence, what'll happen here at the end here, like the mask fades in, and then the text fades in, and then the secondary text, the Majora's Mask text fades in, and it has this like flame effect on it. So I wanted to try and like recreate that sort of effect.
Legend of Zelda, Majora's
where like
Mask.
You have this fade in. I probably should have had the blue dog fade in first, but maybe I thought it didn't look as good that way. But yeah, that was the idea, was just trying to recreate the Majora's Mask intro sequence. And then have a flame effect, which I didn't know how to do. I'm not like a video editor by trade. So friend of the stream, Jardis, actually came up with this flame effect to do it, and I think it ended up pretty well.
Among the many side quests in the game is a racetrack at the back of Romani Ranch, where the player can select one of 14 dogs to bet on in a race.
So this first little sequence here, where I explain the minigame in full, is actually a direct response to a comment I got on the first Blue Dog video. This is my first Blue Dog video. By the way, listen to the mic quality here. Listen to the mic quality in this video.
In life, the doggy racetrack in Majora's Mask simply isn't fair.
Ugh.
For myself, I always like picking the blue dog, which never really seemed to work out for me.
Ugh.
A common piece of knowledge among experienced players of the game is that you should never pick blue dog.
Do you hear that microphone quality? That's disgusting. Anyway, this video was just, hey, here's the glitch. We know it can happen. Let's try to get it to happen with Blue Dog. And then Falkish saw this video and then made his script to, yeah, tin cannon string. Yeah. I cannot believe how bad. This is what I streamed with for years, by the way. This is my Blue Yeti, and I made it sound like absolute dog shit in this video. But there's one comment I got on this video. Where is it? It's probably way at the bottom. Yeah, here we go. It's not really hard or impossible. All you need is the Mask of Truth, and the dog says something along the lines of, I know I can win. Select that dog and you will win every game. First of all, incorrect, because the dog will not always win. Second of all, yeah, just use the Mask of Truth, idiot. Just use the Mask of Truth. Hold on, actually. I have an idea. I have an idea for the Twitch chat room. There you go. So I think back to this comment a lot because it taught me something. This literally changed my brain chemistry. This and actually one other video that I'll show. This is, where is it? Yeah, this is Spike Vegeta's run of Majora's Mask Randomizer a couple years ago at GDQ. Let me see if, yeah, this comment right here. This comment right here. This is another one that I just like, I never forget these things because I see them and it just like blows my mind. This is a randomizer. That's what, yeah, and people are just like, that's what they said it is. Like, how did we get here where let's see. Let's see how long do I have to watch the video to hear the word randomizer? Let's see here. Blitz randomizer right here at the top left of the screen.
Is up, everyone. I'm Spike Gina. Yes, legendary. That felt very good. Thank you. Keep saying that. That's awesome. Shouts to Charbuddy. 3 quick things. We want to get into this. Obviously, we're trying to catch up a little bit. First of all, this is Majora's Mask, but it's a little different than how you might have played it as a child. This is the randomizer.
Okay, 23 seconds. 23 seconds into the video, he says randomizer. It says Blitz randomizer up at the top left. On the schedule and all the like preview stuff, it said Blitz randomizer. And yet somebody still, he said it's the randomizer. No, okay, so he had the definite article versus the indefinite article. Okay, sure. Yeah, okay. That's definitely what I meant by this. Come on. So yeah, so these two comments really kind of like changed the way that I approach video creation in a way that basically makes it so if I'm going to explain something, I'm going to explain things in the most basic ass terms, because I want to make sure that nobody's going to be at a point where they're just like completely missing the point of the video. Even like less than a minute in, right? Even less than a minute in, they're just going to be like, you know, confused about what the video is supposed to be. Yeah, I'm copying Pan and Koic, and we'll revisit this in a little bit. But This is why I wanted to start this video. First of all, the title is a lot better than the hardest challenge in Majora's Mask, which was me trying to clickbait and failing at it. This one, I was just trying to be very clear about what the video was from the beginning. So I start the video off by explaining exactly like how many dogs there were.
3 gray, 2 brown, 1 gold.
I love, by the way, that the brown dog just like runs at the screen here. He's coming. Terrifying.
1 gold, and 1 ill-fated blue dog. If the dog you pick performs well,
no, but it's not just one guy though. That's the thing. It's not one guy, because I see comments like that on YouTube all the time. If it were just the one, I've just been like, okay, whatever. This guy's an idiot. But
you must first obtain the Mask of Truth from the Swamp Spider House.
See, it's just explaining the fucking thing,
which allows you to hear the inner thoughts of animals.
So anybody who comes into this video and says it's not that hard or impossible, you means they did not watch the video.
Once acquired, you can use it to see how each dog will perform in the race. Each time you enter the racetrack area, the dogs will randomly...
You know, the funny thing is, in the first video, I explained this too, the whole like good, bad, neutral condition.
Good, neutral, or bad condition, indicating how well they can be expected to perform in the race. By using the Mask of Truth to choose a dog with a good condition, the heart piece is easily obtainable within a few attempts. However, this seemingly simple...
Okay, here's another one of the dynamic shots I use the...
is never communicated directly by the game. You see...
So, okay, I will say here, this, I absolutely ripped off Pan and Koic for this. The blurred background to like start explaining stuff like, oh, text and like code explanations. But I just wanted something that was like emblematic of the racetrack. So, I just picked, you know, I just decided to do like this like zoom out because I thought it looked cool. Oh yeah, yeah. So the guy was right. Yeah, you're right. I am a Pan and Koic hack.
Coded in a distinct speed stat for each dog color, creating a clearly defined tier list that tells us which dogs are better and which are not so great. If we take a look at the speed values embedded in the code, we can see that each dog color is assigned a pair of numbers. For the sake of brevity, we can mostly ignore...
Okay, hold on. So, people also got really upset in the comments because... some people are just like, this video could have been 1 minute to explain why did you waste my time, which that I will not succumb to, because I know that's just like a attention span thing and people only want shorts. People only want shorts and like explaining things in the middle. It's like, people are like, why is this video 20 minutes? And to be fair, to their credit, people are, some people in the replies are just like, well, I found this really interesting. So get bent. But one thing I saw quite a few comments where it was like, why are we just ignoring this first value? Why, like, you already have my time here for 20 minutes. Why are we not just explaining everything? And the reason is, I was like, okay, this video is already really long. I don't want to like waste anybody's time more than I already am, because I do go pretty in depth, but like I didn't want to like go on tangents, right? I don't want to go on tangents of just like, oh, hey, you got this value that doesn't actually matter. But we're here. I can explain it. The first value, and another reason why I didn't explain it is because it's a lot less intuitive than you would think, because I explained that the second value is their speed value for the last 3/4 of the race, right? The speed value is for the last 3/4 of the race is the second value. So you would think that this value is the speed value for the first quarter of the race, right? That would be like the intuitive assumption there, right? But that's not right. That's not how it works. This is the speed value for the first like instant of the race when they take off, when they start the race. And then as soon as they like get going, then all of their speed values change to just 5.0 for the first quarter of the race. Except that doesn't happen for Blue Dog. Blue Dog is the only one that maintains its this speed value here of 6.0, which means it's like super overcomplicated. And because there's focus on Blue Dog, and like I didn't want to like go into this tangent and be like, oh look, Blue Dog actually has this advantage, and like distract from the fact that Blue Dog is actually terrible. But this is why if you ever watch a dog race, you'll see Blue Dog like shoot ahead at the beginning of the race and then slow down like basically instantly. That's why it is. But again, that whole explanation, I didn't want to like waste my time doing that, because like nobody cares, right? Nobody cares about this first speed value. And I think the reason they did it this way, where they have that like initial like speed value and then go right to 5.0, is I think they just wanted the dogs to like disperse, because if they all had 5.0 for the beginning of the race, then they would all like go in a line and it would look really weird. So anyway. Hello, Awesome Uno. Thank you. I appreciate it. Also, Feely, what's up? It's good to see you. Anyway, we can continue on.
Assigned a pair of numbers. For the sake of brevity, we can mostly ignore the first number. The important number there is the second one in each pair, which represents the speed value of each dog for the last 3/4 of the race. While the stats are relatively balanced overall, the two biggest outliers here are the Gold Dog with a speed value of 6.0 and Blue Dog.
I officially became Red Arrow guy with this video,
who sits at the bottom with a measly 4.0 speed value. When playing the game, these two extremities are easily observed. The Gold Dog, especially if given the good condition, is almost guaranteed to win the race, while the Blue Dog, with its...
I had to cut the video here. I had to cut the video here because Blue Dog was taking too long to finish the race. And the pacing got ruined.
Blue Dog's viability, or lack thereof, has become the subject of outright infamy among Majora's Mask fans. Over the 25 years since the game's original release, nobody has ever seen Blue Dog...
Okay, fun fact about this tweet right here. I wrote this tweet. When I was at Zeldathon, I wrote this tweet when I was just like... Because I used to do this thing where like they would let me on the Zeldathon Twitter account for like an hour or two at a time, and I would just like write the most inane things. I would just shitpost on the Zeldathon Twitter account, and then I just at one point just went on a rant about Blue Dog not being able to win and the glitch, and it just so happened to work out that I could use it for the video and make it look like it was an official tweet. Make it look like it was an official tweet that like made it seem like people were talking about Blue Dog. This is something. It just kind of conveniently lined up. There was another thing I actually cut from the video. I had a screenshot because when I was looking for people talking about Blue Dog, I found a Discord post. I found a Discord post from Kita, Kaztalek. Some of you may know. The astute viewers will know Kita, legend in the Majora's Mask community. And at one point I found him talking about, like, people were asking about, like, can Blue Dog win with RBA or something like that? And Kita said verbatim, as far as I know, Blue Dog cannot win with RBA. And I had a screenshot clipped I clipped out the with RBA. So it was just Kita saying, as far as I know, Blue Dog cannot win. I was like, this is really cool because it's somebody who, you know, knows the game really well. People who follow Majora's Mask speedrunning know who Kita is, and they'll take this, like, you know, they'll take his word pretty seriously. And then I thought about it and I'm like, this is like just out of context enough that I didn't want to like force it. And so I took it out because I'm like, I felt bad like taking the words somewhat out of context, even though probably nobody would have minded, nobody would have cared, but it just felt disingenuous to me. So I took it out.
With essentially everyone in
Dude, that's my favorite one though. The guy saying, I'm the blue dog from Majora's Mask that sucks ass. Damn. Was it BA? I don't remember. I'm not a nerd.
essentially everyone in the community claiming it was
Rumors claim he can only lose.
outright impossible.
Like a dog, a blue dog.
This chat has a lot of faith in a dog that absolutely 100% cannot win this minigame, but it's okay.
I really wanted to like put an arrow pointing at Pope Squidward being like, this is Pope Squidward, one of the best MM players on the planet, but I kind of beefed. I totally forgot to do it, but I should have added something like that.
It's okay.
Not very long,
Without a
honestly,
single
Feely. I
win
just
under
a
its
couple
belt,
of like Google
the
and
Legend
Twitter
of Blue
searches
Dog
really
has
is all it
become
took.
one of complete and utter failure. So, what's the deal here? Is it truly impossible, or have we just not tried hard enough? Well, as it turns out, there may just be a glimmer of hope for our
A
beloved
Glimmer? Spyro 2 reference? Hell yeah.
underdog. Over the last few years, Majora's Mask speedrunners became aware of an extremely rare glitch where a dog can mysteriously win the race around halfway through the track. The source of the glitch is due to a math error in the game's code, where the game performs a check to see if any of the dogs are in the finish line region.
This is all I talk about the code being wrong. In the first video, I spent like 2 or 3 minutes talking about like cross products and stuff. And for this, I'm just like, yeah, no, we're not wasting people's time. Who knows what a cross product is? What the hell?
The way the game determines the finish line region is by looking at 3 separate regions defined by the differently colored shading shown here. If any dog is in all 3 regions at
Jimmy?
once,
Yeah, probably,
the game
true.
deems it on the finish line.
And yeah, there's a lot of people responded that this is like, why the hell did they code it this way? I don't know. I have no idea why it
and
was
having
coded this way.
completed the race. You can see that the 3 regions all intersect in this quadrilateral that roughly encompasses where we'd expect the finish line to be. But taking a closer look reveals that the 3 regions all continue to intersect along this line here. Wouldn't you know it, the line runs all the way to the other side of the track, revealing the source of this glitch. If a dog ever happens to be exactly on this line, the game will see that it's in all 3 regions at once and declare the dog to have finished the race way earlier than any of the other dogs. And this glitch could, in theory, grant Blue Dog the victory we've all been waiting for. But wait, I hear you say,
0.043% chance for the glitch to occur, according to 1 million Falcosh simulations. Good lord, that is quite the odds. That's really cool that like Falcosh. We'll talk about this a little bit later about what Falcosh has done in the time since this video came out, because we've got some cool stuff. We got some cool stuff.
if the line runs all the way across the track, shouldn't this happen all the time? The dogs cross over this line every single race, so
Okay, so for this shot here, you'll notice that this line that I drew, I'm glad I was able to get this like this line drawing effect here. This really wasn't that hard to do.
track.
Like drawing
Shouldn't
this line
happen
here.
all the time?
The
dogs cross over this line every
But you'll notice that the dogs are just like underneath the line. I just drew the line literally on top of a clip of the dog race. And what I tried to do, I tried so hard to like green screen the dogs and like put like just take like a still image of the racetrack with no dogs and like put a clip of the dogs over it so they would run over the line instead of going under it. But it looked so shitty. I tried for like hours trying to get that to work, and it wasn't gonna work. So I just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it like
race,
this.
So what gives? The truth
It was like so much effort for like just like a
is that the
2-second
line is
shot that I just said I wasn't gonna bother.
Extremely thin, and the dogs themselves are treated as nothing more than coordinates in a 3D space. That is to say, a single point on the map upon which the game draws the rest of the dog's model.
I should have edited the line into
And
the
in
game.
frame,
Yeah, that would have
the
been
dog
easier,
will
right?
move along the track by having its coordinates shifted a certain distance.
Also,
along the
this
track.
section here is literally because This is not me getting one guide. Like it's like, oh, one guy is like didn't understand this concept. This is just me being like, there's probably people who are going to make this kind of assumption or comment. So I'm going to go ahead and like address this ahead of time so that like people aren't going to
the dog's speed value. It's easier to visualize if I draw
so people aren't going to, you know, be confused and lost. And remember this, we'll come back to this later.
Along the track relative to the dog's speed value. It's easier
This shot right here, this like zoom in and then where I like rotate the camera. This is the last shot I did with the dynamic camera editor, and I'm really proud of how this came out. This is like exactly what I wanted the shot to look like. And it was a pain in the ass. It took me a long time, but I got it to work with the stupid camera editor. And I think I actually sped it up here to make it look like it wasn't like 16 frames per second, but
exactly here on the racetrack. And a dog comes
I didn't address the glazers. We'll get to the glazers, don't worry.
in moving 5.5 units every frame. It's important to note
me
that
explaining
the game
this
only
like
evaluates if the dog is in the finish line region.
And I do
once per
think people enjoyed this, or like people appreciated this explanation overall. Like I think this like really like hammered home the point.
Position
Nice.
is checked is over these 5.5 unit increments.
Also, yeah, shout out to the
As a
bugs.
result, in almost
Just
all
hanging out
normal
there.
instances of the dog race, the dogs
Thought this video came out like 2 months ago. It sure fucking feels like it. It's been a whole ass year, dude. Like it's crazy.
hop over the fake finish line region, which is why this.
Oh yeah,
glitch
they're
rarely
moving in
ever
quarter
happens in
steps.
practice.
Yeah, I need to make sure the dog's
As of the
QPU
recording of
aligned.
this video, there are only 4 known instances of this glitch ever occurring within regular gameplay, with the first known instance not occurring until 2018, a good 18 years after Majora's Mask originally released.
Man, I don't know.
I say known instances because probably there's been more cases over the years, but without sufficient evidence, we have to assume that any prior instances...
Also, yeah, so somebody left this comment on my first Blue Dog video and said that, and when I uploaded this video, there were so many people in the comments being like, oh my god, I remember this glitch happening to me as a kid. Like, I thought I was crazy, I didn't know what was going on, but I remember this. And I'm sure some of these stories, some of these accounts are genuine. I'm sure this has happened. And like I said, like there's definitely going to be people. I mean, I literally say this in the video, but there's definitely going to be people who like had this glitch happen. They didn't know what was going on, and they just thought like, okay, something weird was going on, and then they couldn't prove it, or they didn't think anything weird happened or anything. And so all of this to say, this is just me like framing like why it took us 20 years to like understand what this glitch was and why it happened and that it could happen.
Occurring happened to someone who didn't know enough about the game to recognize that something
Literally what
special
I'm
had
saying right
happened,
here.
nor feel the need to recount it for the internet, who would probably just write them off as having an uncle at Nintendo.
I had to throw in the
For
uncle at
Majora's
Nintendo
Mask
thing.
nerds, it wasn't until the 3rd time, when it happened to speedrunning legend Marco in 2022, that anyone took note of it and began digging into why this
You
glitch
saw a
occurred.
5th one live? Oh, interesting. I didn't see that.
Alors que j'aurais pu avoir 270. Quoi? D'accord.
French confusion.
Ok. D'accord, ok. What? Quoi? Mais... Hein? Hello?
He pauses here to make sure that he has the Mask of Truth. This was during a randomizer race where the gold dog should win every time if you have Mask of Truth in your inventory. By the way, he did end up winning this race. This did not cause him to lose the race, thankfully. So he did get like robbed or anything by the dog race. But yeah.
In Marco's clip, we can observe the 2 key pieces of evidence that the glitch happened. First is that the race end jingle plays way earlier than we expect.
270.
Mm-hmm.
Quoi?
Leaving the rest of the race in complete silence. The second is that the game says Marco's pick, the gold dog, got 2nd place despite reaching the actual finish line region before any of the other dogs. But this lines up with what we expect. Some other dog,
Blue dog not last.
other 13 anyway, landed on the ethereal line I described before.
I had to throw in the word ethereal, by the way. I had to throw that in.
Triggering
Like
the
that
end
word.
of race jingle early and claiming the coveted first place title from the rest of the dogs, who all had to finish the race legitimately. With this in mind, let's take a look at the clip of the first known instance of the glitch occurring.
An old Treb person.
Oh, Frankers!
Actually, I was hanging out with the Treb person like 2 months ago.
I don't know
Returned
what
from the
message you
dead.
had, but hopefully it's a good one.
And yeah, we know what happens here.
Need him to speed up,
This is
right?
during a
Back
speed run.
now. Can he speed
Yeah,
up?
Trev's case is insane.
Look really
like-
that fast.
That guy has a horseshoe up his ass. I swear to God.
Wait,
He does have a nice beard now. Yeah. He's all
what did
grown
the
up.
music just do? He won, but what just happened?
Just like amount of panic, and he gets first place.
Oh my god. That makes no sense. That's the sound, like, it should, the music, that sound it made, it shouldn't make until
Did you notice what was odd there?
really that
Despite the glitch clearly happening with the early race end jingle, Trev's chosen dog is still deemed to have won the race. This means that not only did Gold Dog finish first legitimately, but it was also the lucky dog that triggered the glitch, meaning it would have won no matter where it ended up finishing at the end of the race.
So this is fascinating to me because it's lucky, but at the same time, if Trev's dog didn't win, like let's say the dog got second place, or like it wasn't Gold Dog that triggered the glitch and then Trev got second, I think he still would have gotten the HP, and maybe he wouldn't have realized right away, but then his rupee count wouldn't have been what he expected it to. I genuinely think if this had happened to any other dog, that we would have known about this glitch years and years and years ago. This clip is from like 2018. This clip is from 2018. And it took us another like 4 years before it it happened to Cassie and then it happened to Marco. And it wasn't until, because I think it was like a combination of like Zoe finding, Zoe knew about Cassie's clip, but couldn't explain it at the time. And then it happened to Marco again. And Zoe's like, okay, let me look into this and like figure it out. So it was like a combination of the two. But had this have happened to Trev like right away, he would have like probably called this out and maybe would have gotten the Majora's Mask scientists to look at it earlier. But because it happened to Gold Dog, I think people just kind of like wrote it off as like game weird. It's fine. Like nothing unusual other than just like the game being weird. Majora's Mask glitches have always felt enigmatic. It's like, it's so interesting to me that OT and MM are so similar games, and yet the glitch or like the library of glitches that the two games have are like completely different. Like there's obviously some shared stuff, like you have SRM in both games, you have like all these like sort of like bomb movement stuff. But when you get down to like OT has all these like wrong warps and cutscene skips, and then MM has remains escape and like what else does MM have that OT doesn't? I mean, I guess there's like easier chest SRM and stuff like that, easier super slides, like fourth day time stop and all this stuff. I mean, OT has time stops too, but like it's so interesting to me. OT is RBA, which is just like not a thing in MM at all. You can use RBA and MM for like one thing. You have remote hookshot, which is crazy to me. Remote hookshot, yeah, remote hookshot is like insane, and it like really, really helps to drive, you know, the uniqueness of MM compared to OOT. And then of course OOT has back shots. Yeah, we know about that.
This isn't really relevant to the topic at hand. I don't want to talk about Gold Dog anymore.
Yeah, two things. Oops.
This occurrence is just so unbelievably lucky that I had to bring it up in the video. Now, where does this leave us for Blue Dog's chances? Well, initially, our endeavors
Face reveal,
did
by the
not
way.
net great results. Earlier this year, I ran a charity fundraiser, attempting over 1,300 races picking Blue Dog,
Real runs remember this fundraiser, by the way.
hoping to get the
Also, I had to put this clip of like all Blue
long-awaited
Dogs.
victory, but alas, not only did I fail at getting a Blue Dog victory, I wasn't able to get the glitch to occur a single time. It didn't seem
Yeah,
completely
who the
out
hell
of
is this
question.
bald asshole?
After all, people regularly attempt Pokemon shiny hunts, doing significantly more attempts than this, but without knowing the true odds, it was hard to say if I was really chasing my white whale. After all, even if the glitch was proven possible, what if the game's parameters only allowed for certain dogs to trigger the glitch? What if there's a finite number of possible dog races that can happen, and none of them result in Blue Dog triggering the glitch? Well, to answer that question, let's take a moment to talk about the variables that go into the race's outcome. The obvious one is the arrangement of conditions the dogs are randomly assigned upon loading the racetrack area, but the second variable is how the game determines randomness through its RNG function. Earlier, I talked about how dogs have specific speed values, and how these speed
Hey Riley,
values
thanks
are
for the
used to
sub, bud.
determine how far they move along the track each frame, but I glossed over an important detail. Every frame, each dog will have a random fluctuation between -0.5 and positive.
It's really funny if you
added
look at
to
like
its base
the
speed value. This means
like the
in
most
addition to the condition
most
the dog
replayed
is assigned,
stats on the
each
video.
frame, the game
Like
will
this
make
whole
14
section of the
calls to
math
the
is just like
RNG
nobody's
function in
watching
order
this
to
part.
determine the dog's actual
It's all just like
speed
the
for that
like
frame.
nerdy
While
math stuff.
explaining the finer details of how RNG functions work is well outside the scope of this video, and there's plenty of resources out there if you're interested in the topic. The good news is that RNG's role in this race is actually rather simple.
I dreaded for so long about this whole section. It's like I'm trying to explain how RNG in the race is like deterministic, and like there's probably people who are gonna like be like, well, no, actually I don't think it works this way because blah 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 blah, and I'm just like, no. So
Because
I
the
didn't.
race runs on a
I hit a certain point where I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna do it my way, and then just like not care about explaining this at a basic enough level, and hope that people, you know, can either ignore this part or appreciate what I'm trying to do
The
here.
number of RNG calls the game will make during the race is consistent, and a race that starts on a certain RNG value, assuming the dogs have consistent conditions.
Also, yeah, I really didn't know how to do this part because it's me talking and then a wall of text, and I'm like, nobody's gonna like pause and read all of this. So like, it's like, could I do this in a different way that's like more visually appealing? And then I didn't. I wish I did. Had I known this video would have popped off the way it did, I probably would have changed up this section a little bit because it is very wordy. It's very hard to parse. So
always end in the same result. More simply put, the only RNG value that matters for the dog race is the value.
because like what I'm saying and what's on screen is like kind of different,
From the frame
right? So
that
like
you
it's
start
a
the
little
race.
hard to parse.
This tangent, of course, is all to derive the answer to the question I asked earlier about how many possible dog races can the game produce. Now that we've established what the possible variables are, we can come up with the correct answer. Beginning with the dog's conditions, this number is actually smaller than you might think, because the game will always arrange it such that 4 dogs have the good condition, 5 have the neutral condition, and 5 have the bad condition. This means that the total possible number of distribution you can have for these conditions is 252,000.
It's crazy to me that this number is just like 252 repeated.
Okay, it's pretty big, but it's a start. Now for the number of possible RNG values, well, the RNG value in Majora's Mask is stored in memory as a float 32, which is a fancy way of saying the game allocates 32 bits in order to represent the different values it can contain.
Okay, we need to talk about this. This right here, I consider to be the biggest blunder in the video. This is the biggest blunder in the video. And it's a blunder because I'm a friggin' computer science, like that is my job. I am a software developer by trade. I have a degree in computer science, and I got this wrong. And a lot of people correctly pointed this out in the comments. A float 32 does not have, 2 to the 32 possible different values. But the thing is, I'm like kind of right, because the actual RNG function calculates an int 32, not a float 32. And the int 32 is then converted to a float. So I don't know how it exactly works, but if we're dealing with int 32, then what I say about it having 2 to the 32 possible values is actually correct. But saying float 32, it's complicated. Floats don't work that way. Ints do. So all I had to do was just say int 32, and then nobody would have like bothered like questioning this or whatever. But yeah, if I had said int 32, it would have been totally, and it would have been correct. It's like how the RNG function works. So yeah, that's the biggest blunder in the video right there. But
This
my
means
bad.
that there are 2 to the power of 32 possible RNG values, which is
Yeah, there were a
roughly
lot of
4.3
comments pointing out that this
billion.
was wrong.
Oh, and it gets worse because with the dog's conditions in play, we get to multiply one big number by a significantly bigger number.
Yeah, sorry, a
arrive at
skill
our
space
answer.
issue. My bad.
There are 1 quadrillion, 83 trillion, 414 billion, 90 million, 350,592 possible dog races that the game can produce.
This moment where I say the big number all in one like take here was directly inspired by my favorite. This is my favorite YouTuber, Tom Scott. This is like, if I had to point to a single YouTuber as like the number one person I take inspiration from, it's Tom Scott, hands down. Not Pan and Coic, not Summoning Salt. It's Tom Scott. And this is a video where he talks about like the YouTube ID in the URLs. Like if you see YouTube watch !V equals and then 11 characters. He's talking about like how many different YouTube IDs there are and will YouTube ever run out. And at the end of the video, he does this, which is far more impressive because this is done in one take as he's like walking through this park, and he just like, I guess he has like a teleprompter in front of him, but like listen to this.
Any actual words to appear up there, particularly anything rude, but that is going to be a tiny minority of their URLs. So for our purposes, we can pretty much just ignore that. At YouTube's 11 characters, we are at 73 quintillion, 786 quadrillion, 976 trillion, 294 billion, 838 million, 206,464 videos. That is enough for every single human on planet Earth to upload a video every minute for around 18,000 years. YouTube planned ahead.
There you go. And you can see if you watch this video with that context in mind, you're like, oh damn, this guy's just ripping. Nobody called me a Tom Scott hack, thankfully. But anybody who called me a Tom Scott hack would have been so much more correct than calling me a Pan and Coic hack or anything like that.
Good news and bad news with this number.
Because I yoinked that so hard from his video.
Surely at least some of them result in Blue Dog triggering the glitch, right? The bad news, realistically, we are never, ever, ever going to get.
Yeah, you could
close
start.
to this many attempts at the dog race. If I were to trigger a new dog race every second, it would take me 34 million years.
34, Austin Matthews.
To reach that many attempts. Needless to say, you'd have to be a madman to even attempt this sort of thing. And that's when I heard from a user named Falco.
Hey! Woo! Hold on. 356 subscribers? 356 subscribers? Oh, shit. Okay, he needs more than 6,000 subscribers, guys. Come on. I mean, he has more subscribers than I did when I uploaded the video, but the True Win video has 173 views, or 173,000 views. Nice.
Dog subject, and got inspired to try and get a victory for himself.
Yeah, so he saw my first video on this, and he was the one who figured all this shit out.
His approach differed from just loading up the game and running races in real time.
There were a few comments. There weren't too many comments like this, but there were a few comments where just like, it sounds like you just fucking ripped off Falkush's work. And to be fair, he did a lot of the heavy lifting, but what people don't know is after he sent this to me, and we actually had like a Discord call that was like 3 hours long where I like asked him about it. And it was basically him giving me all the information I needed to make a new video. And he gave me his blessing to make this video. So anyone who said that I just kind of like, took what Falkush did and, made a video, I think people should understand that he did all of the hard work. Like I pinned his comment and all that, and I talk about how great he is. And that most people understand that he's the one who did a lot of the heavy lifting here. But there were a lot of people mad. It was like, you're just taking credit for Falcon. It's like, no, that's not how it is. I'm making a video about how he figured this out. So yeah, no, actually I'm a piece of shit. Sorry. I ripped him off.
Falkush had a different but more intricate idea in mind. He had also taken inspiration from previous efforts to brute force the Mario Party minigame A Day at the Races, which coincidentally is also a race minigame where you choose between different competitors who have different base speed values and different random conditions. Anyway, he had wrote up a script to
actually here, let me pull up something. This was posted in the public Discord. A few months ago, I went to a speedrun marathon in Montreal called No Reset. It's in Montreal. And so I basically, I said, okay, I basically rounded up a couple of my friends who I knew lived in Montreal and said like, hey, I'm going to be here. You want to hang out? And it just so happens that Falkush lives in Montreal as well. So we actually got to meet in real life. Your friend chased the pigeon off the window. Oh my god, that's a friggin' story. Here, let me open this. Yeah, so this is hold on, it's cropped. Yeah, you can see most of it. So you can see on the left there, I'll go left to right. Left is KM. He is a Smash 64 break the targets, board the platform speedrunner who has basically every record in the game. I think he has every single record in Smash 64 bonus modes. If anybody's from Montreal in the Smash 64 community, you may also know him as Go-Go Boy Dancer from like 15 years ago. It's me, second to the left. Third to the left, I think his tag is Quebec Yoshi, who's another top Smash 64 player. The guy in the back with the big beard, that is Falkush, the legend. This is his apartment, by the way. And on the far right is What the Hell's Happened, who is, you may know as a Ocarina of Time randomizer player, who didn't know anybody else, but I was just like, hey, you're from Montreal. You want to go hang out with a bunch of my other Montreal friends? And he said, sure. And, he plays a little bit of Smash. And so, I knew that these guys would get along, even though they didn't really know each other before that. But yeah, this was a really fun night because we went to a bar, we drank and just hung out and chatted for a while. And then we went back to Falkush's apartment and we played like a bunch of Smash 64. And then I played OOT. I tried to do the defeat Ganon speedrun, and then I did everything right. And then I hit the flames in the Ganon fight and crashed the game, which was very funny. But I was like 7 beers in, so there you go. You like the picture of me flipping off What the Hells? I could see if I could find that one actually. But yeah, this was a really, really fun night. And yeah, there was a pigeon just chilling on Falkush's balcony that we were like trying to scare away, and it just would not leave, which is very funny. We were also pretty inebriated. That's why the picture's like kind of blurry, but no, this was a great time, and I'm glad I got to meet Falkush in person. And hey, if you want to make it to the No Reset, I'm gonna be there, so I'll see you there. Let me see. Hold on. Can I find the video of me flipping off What the Hells? Oh, why? So you played him? That's pretty neat. He stopped playing tournaments, but I think at one point he was like ranked number 3 in Montreal. But now he just does where the platforms break the targets. Let me see if I can find this. Yeah, Drunk Aura. Exactly. Bro, you coming to No Reset? You can hang out with us? Where's the photo of me flipping off What the Hells? Here it is. Idiot. Loser. Haha. This was just at the bar we were hanging out at. Yeah. Can't believe this guy got owned. Anyway, it was cool to see him too. I think he's kind of in the process of moving, so I don't know if he'll be back, but yeah, No Reset in March. I'd love to hang out with the squad again if people want to come out. What's up, Impastatronic? Sorry, I messed up that username. Shout out to anybody watching from the YouTube stream. By the way, I figured I might as well. I don't tend to stream on YouTube a lot, but I figure I might as well do it for the Blue Dog anniversary. Yeah, No Reset. It's like a small scale GDQ type event, but it's in Montreal, which is a very it's within driving distance for me. So, yeah.
To brute force the dog race with an emulator, using the information discussed earlier about how the RNG values affect the dog race, this script would make a save state just before pressing A to initiate the race, then run the race at a much faster speed because you could do that with an emulator. And then after the race had concluded,
so this thing right here. Let's talk about this. This like the way I enunciate this sentence.
A to initiate the race, then run the race at a much faster speed because you could do that with an emulator.
That when I first recorded this, I had so many more things where I like that was intentional. By me stumbling over my words there was intentional. It was just like a stylistic choice, not me like flubbing my words. There were so many points in the video where I did that initially, and I took a bunch of them out because I got really self-conscious. I thought people were going to be like, "Oh, this guy's just stammering all the time," but no, it was an intentional choice to do it that way, and then I fixed a bunch of the thing. And then is that what we're calling it? Marvel speak? Is that what it is?
The race had concluded. The script would reload the save state, advance the game by 1 frame in order to change the RNG value, make a new save state,
what's up,
and
Thomas?
Run the race with that brand new RNG
Can't
value.
You call me a blue hoe. What the hell?
And how would he determine if Blue Dog had won? At first, I thought he was using a memory viewer to look at which dog had won, but it was in fact a much simpler approach. Falkush used an auto splitter, which is normally used for speedrunning console games to look for certain key frames and send commands to your splitting program. But here, he had cleverly leveraged it to look at the first...
Do you know how many times it took me to properly say cleverly leveraged? Holy, that is so difficult to say properly. I don't know why. I stammered over that so many times.
Section of the text displayed after the race. The dog race lady has unique dialogue for your dog getting first, second, third through fifth, and sixth or worse. So the auto splitter would look for one of these unique dialogue strings and record the race result so that he could observe it later.
Bad.
Almost bad. The race so that he could manually load up the initial save and reproduce the race at a normal speed later on. So with this implemented, would this be enough to finally achieve a Blue Dog win? Well, after running the script for 3 days almost non-stop, generating 8,410 races, this happened.
Dude, I mean, part of it was that GDQ happened like a week after I uploaded this video, so like everybody wanted to tell me how much they love the video, which is cool. So yeah, it was a fun GDQ. Very, very fun GDQ. And then everybody thought like, oh, did ZFG put you on his couch because of the Blue Dog video? I'll let you in on a secret here. No, he asked me like a month before if I wanted to be on the couch. But so many people were just like, oh, ZFG asked you because of the Blue Dog video. No, it's for my own merits, I promise. Well, I mean, this would have been sort of my own merits too, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's just the name of the game. It is what it is. Here we go. Woo! Yeah, baby. Dude, the silence afterwards is so haunting. Take me for a walk and call me Spot.
Can you believe it?
Yes.
The world's first ever Blue Dog victory. All thanks to the tiniest oversight in the code allowing for an early win. And with Falkush's effort to automate attempts, given the total number of possible races I discussed earlier, the fact that it only took around 8,000 attempts shows that the glitch might be more common than previously thought. And remember, this glitch isn't exclusive to Blue Dog. Although he didn't have an automated way to track the frequency of the glitch happening to any of the other dogs, he estimates that it has around a 1 in 1,000 chance of happening, and he did see it occur a few additional times through continued attempts. As a bonus, he included a clip he saw of Blue Dog getting a legitimate 4th place, which, to both of our knowledge, was the best we've ever seen our boy do outside of the glitch.
Oh, that's interesting, Hyper. Yeah, I mean, Pidge and I have been... Pidge was probably like the first friend I made when I moved to Toronto, and now we're friggin' neighbors, which is super sick.
In his video description, he proclaimed a question. Can the Blue Dog get better than 4th place without the glitch?
Can he?
As it turns out, the story doesn't end here. Falkush was determined to figure out just how good the blue dog could perform without the glitch in play, and he had an idea of how to make this happen. Remember at the start of the video, I talked
I sweated so hard about like a lot of these shots here. I'm just like reusing like just like screenshots and text from earlier in the video. And like I had this point where it's like, I should make this more engaging and make it look more visual appealing. And then I realized there's tons of videos people upload where it's just like them playing like, what is it? Like the Half-Life surf thing over and over. It's just like the same game footage over and over. It's like people don't mind if you're reusing stuff as long as the interesting bits are engaging to look at.
Speed value that outlines its overall viability in the race. Well, Falkush had
1
the
and
idea
2,
to
3,
use
3,
this
6.
information to
Okay,
min-max
interesting.
The dog's conditions based on their speed, and thus
That
generate
I think that
optimal
roughly
conditions
lines up
for
with
the
what I
blue
would
dog.
expect.
In simpler words, Blue Dog
Effort
had
is
to have the
cringe.
good condition, and the fastest overall dogs needed to have bad or neutral conditions. The result maximizes Blue Dog's chances for a victory. He again used a script to automate loading the racetrack area, look at each of the dog's conditions in memory, and reload it until it was arranged in a way that it was determined to be optimal for Blue Dog. I was initially skeptical, but 1 week after
I didn't want to tell him this. I was like, when he was messaging me about it, I'm like, I think you might be barking up the wrong tree there, bud.
the first
He
video,
proved me friggin'
messaged
wrong,
me
all right?
again with a new
I was a
idea.
doubter. I did not
Blue
believe.
Dog. Second place. Glitchless. Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
He was able to
wordplay
find
there
a
was
way to get
intentional.
a legitimate second place finish for Blue Dog using this min-max strategy. Given this result, Falkush was convinced that a legitimate first place finish could happen. At this point, he was running his automated script on 2 separate computers, generating about 4,000 races per day on each machine. He was able to produce another second place finish, a third second place finish. Seeing these gave him hope that a first place was somehow
Less than a
possible.
month, he says.
After all this time, with virtually every top-level Majora's Mask player claiming that Blue Dog could never win the race, was it a myth this whole time? Surely, with how many people have attempted the race over the years, we would have seen this at least once by now, right? Well, on the evening of August 25th, 2024, this happened.
All right, before we get into this, some people got really mad at me for saying this happened twice. And this is another thing of just like, I didn't know the video was going to do this well. So, you know, I probably should have spent a bit more time like fine tuning the script and say like Blue Dog got this run or whatever. And I really should have made this a little bit like changed up the pacing, but whatever. Do I think Donald Trump saw this video? I hope not. I hope that he never comes across my channel. Just saying. During this section here, yeah, I liked the Zone S music here as like a, you know, cool touch because it worked out because like you had the like kind of the mystique of like when I
At this
when
point,
I introduce
Blue
the
Dog,
title here
second place,
when it hits.
glitchless.
I love
Yes,
that.
indeed.
And then it just so happened to line up with
We
my
would have
script
seen
where like it
winning
has this
people
like big
once by now, right?
like
People win the race. Was it a myth this whole time?
this like kind of
Surely,
like
with how
more
many people have attempted the race?
I don't
over
know
the
what the
years,
word is.
We would have seen this,
But
at
it just
least once
lined
by
up so
now,
perfectly. I'm
right?
like this is the music I have to use.
Well, on the evening of August 25th, 2024, this happened.
I should have said Blue Dog got this run. Whoops. Crazy. He's in third place at this point in the race. Like even up to like the last bend, he's not in first. Woo! Yeah. Yeah.
And there you have it. After 30,000 total attempts, we have undeniable proof
He
that,
did it.
given the right conditions and enough dedication, It is indeed possible for Blue Dog to win the race legitimately. Perhaps it's entirely unlikely that a real human being will produce this under a real-time context, but that's besides the point.
Good Lord, Hyper.
Blue Dog has spent his whole life being the laughing stock of the dog race minigame, and Majora's Mask players as a whole. But after all this time, we can bask in the glory of the ultimate underdog finally receiving the victory he's been waiting 25 years to achieve.
There you have it. This ending section of the video, as I was editing it, I had a moment where I was like going through, I was like, wait, I'm actually getting like a little emotional myself just watching this back and thinking like, okay, maybe this will resonate with people. Maybe this will be, you know, something that people really latch onto. And there's a thing about like the creative process and like your own interpretation, because a lot of times it's really hard to tell. Like maybe you like something and you're like proud of it and you want to, you know, show it to the world, and then people will see it and they fucking hate it, right? Or they're just like, this is terrible, or I don't care, or anything like that. It's one of those things where it's really hard to tell what people's reception is going to be. You see this all the time. Like people will put out like movies that they think they're put out. Like look at The Room. Like clearly when Tommy Wiseau put out The Room, he was proud of it. It was something that he thought was, you know, really poignant, and he was saying something with it. And then he puts it out and people are like, this is one of the worst movies ever made. And then obviously he's embraced that. But like, as an example, like people put out bad music albums all the time that they're obviously really proud of, and people are, it's so hard to tell as part of the creative process. Is somebody going to like, are people going to like this? And so I kind of had this moment. I went back and forth so many times as I was making this video of just like, are people going to care about this? Am I getting too technical? Am I getting too long-winded? Are people going to like latch onto this story? And then I had that moment where I was editing the ending section. I was like, I'm feeling something out of this. Maybe other people are going to feel this too. And then other people who have done like videos like this, they will, you know, they will concur with me here. You watch something and be like, hey, this is pretty good. I like this. And then you go back to it half an hour later and be like, no, actually, this is dog shit. Nobody's going to care. Like, what am I doing? Because you watch it over and over and over and over again. And you're just like, you kind of lose sense. It's like saying a word over and over until it doesn't sound like a word anymore. And then you have this kind of like whole effect of like, is this really something cool that I'm making? Or am I just, you know, getting in my own head about it? I don't know if this is going to work out or people are going to like it or whatever. And it sucks because it's so hard to tell how other people are going to react to a video, or, you know, an album that you put out, or a piece of art that you put out. It's so hard to know if you're making peak though. Like you can't tell sometimes, and you just have to like throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. And that's what I did for 16 years before I uploaded this video. And finally I had something that people really latched onto. So I don't know. The creative process is difficult. It's not something that you can really predict how people are going to receive. I mean, you can know somewhat as well. You can look at trends and look at what people like and hope that, you know, you get a little bit lucky with the algorithm like I did. But I'm really, really happy with how this ended up turning out. So, and I'm glad that people did latch on to the emotional story at the end, and I wasn't just like psyching myself out when I was watching it back and being like, okay, no, actually nobody's going to care about this. But people who do, like, they'll create stuff, they will tell you this all the time. It's just like, okay, I made something, you know, I'm cooking with this, and then they come back to it, you know, like they wait 30 minutes and they look back. It's like, no, this is terrible, and I hate this. So at the end of the day, I kind of have to like, I've trained myself a little bit to like stop listening to that voice of like, people are just gonna, you know, hate this or whatever, and just put stuff out there, you know, like don't fret too much about like, is what I'm creating, like, is this going to be something that resonates with people? No, just put stuff out there and hope that sometimes you strike a chord, right? That's really good advice, Mal. That's really, really good advice, because I probably should have done that, but for me, I really just wanted to like be done with it because I'd spent so much, like I'd sat on it for so long, and you know, I spent It was Boxing Day last year, December 26th. Maria will attest to this, excuse me. I sat here from like 9 a.m. until like 2 in the morning working on this video all day because I had the day off. I was like, I might as well take my time to actually do this. And in the end, it worked out because people liked the video. The timing was perfectly right. And I don't know, it worked out. Oh, Suzuka. What's up, Rachel? What's up, Ree? Yeah, special thanks, by the way. Nobody reads the descriptions, but I'm going to read the description for you right now. Credit to the people who give the clips. Jardis and Bag both did like script peer review. Time to drop another banger. I'll see what I can do. I might have something. I talked about this at the beginning of the stream. But when it becomes work and me being like, okay, well now I have an audience, now I have people who are expecting me to put out more stuff, I just tend to like kind of not lose interest, but like it's something where I just like, I don't want to force it. I don't want to make it so like I'm making videos because I feel like I have to. So obviously I didn't put out a lot of videos this year, but it's really it's really something that I just like I just want to like wait and like not have it people, expect one thing or another. Can't wait. Yeah. Can't wait to see. Yeah. We'll talk about the critical video in a bit, but I hope I'm not letting people down with my channel output from this year, but it's whatever. I can't think too hard about it. But also, yeah, Ree made the thumbnail, and there's a story behind this thumbnail. Do you guys want to see the thumbnail that I made for the Blue Dog video? Because I made a thumbnail for it, and I posted it in my Discord. And Ree saw it and said like, oh, this is like, I see what you're going for with the clickbait here. And then she made a second one that was the one, it wasn't exactly, but it was like basically the one that, that I ended up using for the video. Cause she posted it as a shit post, as a joke. And I said, wait, this is actually fire. Can I use this for the video? Like, can we clean this up and like use this for the video? And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, this is awesome. Like you did such a good job compared to me. Let me see if I can find the original video. Hold on. Give me a sec here. Here we go. Okay. This prepare yourselves. This is the thumbnail that I made for the video. Ugh. Yuck. Ew. You serious? Are you serious with this? Ugh. This again, this is the one that I made. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, this was not good. This was not good. And so the conversation, I posted it in my Discord, be like, thumbnail done, now to edit the 20-minute video. And then Ree says, gotta get on that YouTube clickbait grind. This is a joke entry. And this is what she posted. Finally won. And I'm like, wait, this is actually fire. Hold on, it's cut off. But yeah, this is what Ree posted in my Discord. Again, said, this is a joke. And I said, no, this is way better than what I did. So thank God for Ree, because I do believe the thumbnail was a huge part of the video, like people clicking on the video and the success. So without, I honestly, I think Ree is a huge part of why the video did well. So like, obviously, Falkush to thank, Bagbot and Jardis to thank, Ree to thank, and some people in the comments said like, did you use ChatGPT to write this script? Like, what's going on here? Because I guess that's like a real thing that people are doing now, is they're just like making their YouTube scripts using ChatGPT and not like fact checking or anything. I want to be very clear. I do not use generative AI for any of my video creation process. The reality is that I am just a shitty writer. I'm a shitty writer. Like, creative writing was always like something I struggled with in school. And you can tell, you listen to the way that I speak, you can tell that like creative writing is not my forte. So I paid Bagbot to edit my script and just go over, because Bagbot is an English teacher, so he knows what the fuck he's talking about. So he basically just like redlined my entire script before I recorded a single line and offered a whole bunch of suggestions. And like most of them were like, okay, this makes sense, I'll change this. And then sometimes it was like, okay, this makes sense to me. This is how I want it to sound, and it's going to make more sense when you hear it actually recorded. But for the most part, Bagbot had like a lot of really good constructive feedback. And I think going forward, I am going to contact every single time I write a script, I'm going to send it to Bagbot. I'm going to send it to Bagbot so we can edit it, because I know that I can't write to save my life, and the video will definitely benefit from his input, because my original script had a lot of things that probably would have diminished the overall effect of the video. Yeah, script writers, exactly. And I actually put out a video. I put out a video a couple months ago that had no help from Ree or Meg. So Ree did the thumbnail for the Water Temple video as well. You can tell it's like the same style, and it's like really, really engaging and eye-popping. And then this video, which I had somebody else do the thumbnail, somebody who literally came into my chat and said, I can help you out. And I do like this thumbnail as well. It's good. But this is a video that I didn't have any help from like Ree or Bag, and like this video did not do anywhere near as good. And I know it's just a compilation of like clips from my stream, so I understand that it didn't do as well, like why it didn't do as well as the other ones. But that was me testing the waters to see how good a clip stream or a clip highlight stream could do. And message received. It's not something people are really looking for in my on my channel, so I'm probably not going to do another video like that again. Yeah, the thumbnail's good too. Like it's good. The original one had like, the one that I was working on was like a picture of like the Zora's the back entrance to Zora Hall, and it had an arrow pointing it to say Zora Hole, and I'm like, that's a little too what's the word? Explicit, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, so again, I did message Ree. I know she was taking a bit of a hiatus, but Ree, I'm going to give you a first look basis for all my thumbnails going forward, just so we're clear. And if you can't do it, I'll find someone else, because Lord knows I can't write a script, and Lord knows I can't make a thumbnail, so I need somebody else to do it. But yeah. Ree, like you can see, like before, all of these thumbnails before the Blue Dog video, these are all thumbnails that I made. Actually, here, let me expand this a little bit. These are all it's just like the 5 additional videos, but these are all the videos that I made the thumbnails for, and you can tell there's a marked difference in the the style of the thumbnails. Like they're not good. They're not good at all. Those are the two things I struggle with in school. I struggle with creative writing, and I struggled with visual art. Like I did really poorly in both of those subjects. Well, creative writing and literary analysis was another thing. Like I think the highest mark I ever got in English was like a 79. Like I did not do well in English class at all. Oh yeah, the Mario Paint thumbnails go hard, of just the YouTube auto thumbnail. Yo, Pikachu, thank you so much for the raid. How you doing? Look at this. Oh my god, huge raid. My name is Vidya James. I am a Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time speedrunner, streamer, video creator. If you guys don't know me, last year I put out a video about the blue dog in Majora's Mask. This video that did pretty well. It did okay. It far exceeded my expectations, and so this is the 1-year anniversary of this blue dog video. Hold on, I'm covering up my face here. Hello, my name is Vidya James. If you guys are new here, I do a lot of Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time content, a lot of speedruns and randomizers, and occasional video production. I'm trying to get to 3,000 followers on Twitch by the end of the year. So if you're new here and you are interested in N64 Zelda stuff, I'd appreciate a follow if you guys wouldn't mind. What are we at right now? 2,956. We're 44 followers away 44 followers away. So, thank you. And Vichachu, I hope your stream went well. What were you up to? Let's see here. We'll take a look. You were playing Majora's Mask? Oh, God. All right, the autoplay. You were playing Majora's Mask. Hell yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you ever go to the dog race in Majora's Mask, just know that the blue dog sucks ass and can't win. Except he can, because we proved it. We proved it. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen this video, I'm sure a lot of you have already. But yeah, we're just celebrating 1 year of this out. And another thing I wanted to talk about here is so this video came out December 27th of last year. And some of you may know my birthday is December 30th, which is a complete coincidence. Like, the proximity of my birthday to this video is a complete coincidence. However, when this video started to pop off, wouldn't you know it, 3 days later, December 30th, my birthday, Moist Friggin' Critical uploads a video about Blue Dog, dude. I could not believe this. I was out to dinner with some of my friends. Like we had Pidge there. Pidge will attest to this. I went, like, when I saw this, like, people were messaging me on Discord. It's like, holy shit, Moist Critical reacted to your video. I'm getting, like, spammed on Discord. I went nonverbal for like 30 minutes at this dinner. I was just like processing, like, what the hell is my life? What is going on? I can't believe this. And I said, like, if I was ever going to be featured in a Moist Critical video, thank God it's like him, like, you know, basically commending my video, because holy shit, like, he does some, like, pretty scathing takedowns of a lot of people. So, like, hearing the words, you were in a Moist Critical video, I was like, oh God, what did I do? But no, it was thankfully just him reacting to this video. So I figured we could watch this. I reacted to this on stream when it first came out, but we can react to this again. And then, yeah, we'll go over some of the funny, mean comments. Yeah, I've been a fan of his for a long time, so I'm really happy he took the time to cover the video. So
I'm trying out something a
how you
little
doing,
different
Chaos?
with the CRT
How's it
behind
going?
me here with my new setup that has me looking like I'm in some kind of real zany museum.
And yeah, people have pointed this out already. This is really funny. So he has the CRT on in the back, and he has Majora's Mask playing, and yeah, it's
So
Majora's
I've got a
Mask 3D.
Majora's
So
Mask.
he's just like playing a video, a long play, and it's like, oh, he's doing Majora's Mask 3D, whatever. There are so many comments on this video being like, I can't watch this video because of the high pitched squeal of your CRT, and I'm listening to it like,
Through playing behind me. Also,
I don't hear a damn thing, bro. I don't hear a fucking thing. So I'm just old. My ears suck. I've gone to too many rock concerts, and so my ears are damaged. But if you can hear the squeal, let me know.
that CRT, it's a JVC.
It's because you are old. I know. I'm about to turn 32, bro. Come on.
The exact TV I used to play games on growing up, which is why I got it. There's a whole reason I went on the scavenger hunt to try and find it. Like, I was looking for
Blends
Dragon
in with the
Balls.
tinnitus.
Anyway,
It's
I'm gonna be
comforting in a
talking
way.
about Majora's Mask today, which is why that's playing behind me. Many of you may have been recommended this video recently, but the YouTube algorithm went absolute insano style.
Sure did.
And showed me a masterpiece of a video. I'm going to put a link to it in the description. I highly recommend all of you go check out the full video. It is so well done, but I just have to gush and grannies over it because I was so drawn into this and I just want to talk about it. It's so fucking good.
Everybody loves a good underdog story.
It's me.
People often find themselves inspired by narratives.
Yeah,
where
he is the
unlikely
number
participant
one
rises up
glazer.
against all odds and triumphs in the face of adversity. Usually, though, the underdog isn't a literal dog, but I can think of few competitors who have tried to
Look at that. 5,000 subscribers. I have a little bit more than that now.
Dog in The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask.
I can actually think of quite a few competitors that have tried and failed for longer than Blue Dog. 25 years, that's like a blink in time for organizations like the New York Jets, who haven't won a Super Bowl and...
Dude, if he had said the Toronto Maple Leafs, I would have, like, it would have been over. He would have never seen me again. If he figured out that I was a Leafs fan and immediately put in a diss there, it would have been over. It would have been over.
Or the Philadelphia 76ers that haven't won a championship.
Hey guys, what year did the Leafs last win the Stanley Cup? Can anybody remind me what year in the 1900s did the Leafs last win the Stanley Cup? What can somebody tell me the 6-7 like the thing? Like the okay, whatever, forget it. The Leafs have been memeing for 60 some years.
Like 4 decades, like 41 years or something. So when you really stop to think about it and put it in perspective, Blue Dog did an extraordinary job squeaking out the big W after only 25 years in the league. So this is a video from a channel called Vidya James, and it is a banger. It slaps. This is the kind of content I love watching, where it's just like this really obscure thing that no one would ever even really think about, in a big video essay breaking down what makes it so interesting.
Here's the thing. I'm not a video essayist. I never claimed to be that. I just made this one video because I thought it was cool and I wanted to talk about it. But now I guess I am a video essay mans.
This is for Majora's Mask, an iconic, beloved classic that's near and dear to my boners. I even have Majora's Mask up here in my display. And this is a game that's been out for a long time. It came out in the late 90s. It was released in 2000. Well, that's not the late 90s at all now, is it?
Yeah,
that's
nope, sure isn't.
Y2K right there. Point is, this game has been out for a long
he caught himself.
time. It's older than the dentures in your Meemaw's pie hole.
True.
And even though this game has been out for so long and is still actively played to this day with things like speedruns, there is something that has just happened that has only happened once in the entire history of this game. And it just happened for the first time. And that's what this video essay goes over. It's Blue Dog winning a race.
Among the many side quests in the game is a racetrack at the back of Romani Ranch, where the player can select one of 14 dogs to bet on in a race.
And yes, this is me reacting to Moist Critical reacting to me.
You see, Nintendo coded in a distinct speed stat for each dog color, creating a clearly defined tier list that tells us which dogs are better and which are not so great.
When betting on the dogs, you use the Mask of Truth to figure out what dog has what status. So
as one does.
In good condition, that's likely going to be the one that stands the best chance of winning, and dogs will have a variety of different things that are neutral, bad, or good. And you usually will bet on the one that's good. And
no, he did not react to me reacting to him. No, I don't think he would waste his time with that.
The dog that's winning is the gold dog. That little bastard is the Michael Jordan of that racetrack. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And even then, if you broke all 4 of its legs, it would probably still find a way to win by just fucking army crawling and wiggling its way to the finish line.
Dude, he's so funny.
It's just that much better than the rest. And at the very bottom is Blue Dog.
If we take a look at the speed values embedded in the code, we can see that each dog color is assigned a pair of numbers. For the sake of brevity, we can mostly ignore the first number. The important number there is the second one in each pair, which represents the speed value of each dog for the last 3 quarters of the race. The gold dog, especially if given the good condition, is almost guaranteed to win the race, while the blue dog...
I just found another comment. I found another comment that I want to add as a Nightbot command. Hold on. This one's really good. There you go.
With its minimal speed value compared to the other dogs.
Yeah, ruined his marriage.
Blue Dog's looking like me out there doing the presidential fitness test. So Blue Dog is far and away the worst possible competitor here. It's not even close. And in 25 years of thousands upon thousands of races, there has never been a recorded case of Blue Dog winning.
Over the 25 years since the game's original release, nobody has ever seen Blue Dog come even close to winning the race, with essentially everyone in the community claiming it was outright impossible. Is it truly impossible, or have we just not tried hard enough?
Everyone thought the 4-minute mile was impossible until the feat was accomplished. It's always one of those things where there's nothing truly impossible. I could hit a growth spurt in my 30s here and make it to 6 feet. You don't know for sure.
You guys know that like Charlie's like 5'2", like he's like really short.
And that is the case with Blue Dog.
Over the last
you wouldn't be able to tell just from his camera angle, but apparently he's like he's not a tall man.
Rare glitch where a dog can mysteriously win the race around halfway through the track. The source of the glitch is due to a math error in the game's code, where the game performs a check to see if any of the dogs are in the finish line region.
I don't know if
The
he's
way
5'2", but like he's pretty short.
The game determines the finish line region is by looking at 3 separate regions defined by the differently colored shading shown here.
This right here, this is my galaxy gas. I huff that shit in.
Yeah, he talks about it as often as I talk about being bald.
And it just feels so good. I'm like a gooner with Belle Delphine's bathwater when these video essays.
Not the Belle
point where they
Delphine
start showing
reference in
graphs
2024,
and
bro.
data.
Come on.
You know, well, in order to figure out why Blue Dog couldn't win, we of course had to consult Book 12 of Homer's The Iliad.
True.
It's amazing. This is better than heroin.
If any dog is in all 3 regions at once, the game deems it on the
Should I
finish
make
line
bathwater a command? Here, let me
having completed
hold
the
on.
race.
Get the quote.
Point where they start showing graphs and data. You know, well, in order to figure out why Blue Dog couldn't win, we of course had to consult Book 12 of Homer's. Feels so.
Finish line region is by looking at 3 separate regions defined by the differently colored shading shown here.
This right here, this is my galaxy gas. I huff that shit in. And it just feels so good. I'm like a gooner with Belle Delphine's bathwater when these video essays. Feels so good. I'm like a gooner with. Belle Delphine's bathwater when these video essays get to the point where they start showing graphs and data.
Hold on.
Bathwater when these video essays get to the point where they start showing graphs and data. You know, well, in order to figure out why Blue Dog couldn't win, we of course had to consult Book 12 of Homer's The Iliad. It's amazing. This is better than heroin.
If any dog is in all 3 regions at once, the game
That
deems
would be
it on
a good sound clip.
the finish line and having completed.
Pull the audio, put it on like 5 gift subs or something. Hold on. Can I do that? I don't have Stream Elements set up. Well, I kind of do, but I only have it set up for like charity stuff. I don't want to have like. I'm actually pretty anti just like generic sound alerts for stuff. I don't want that on my stream. And that's not like I don't think it's nobody should use it. I just don't want it on my stream in particular. But I do it. I gift it now. No, it's fine. I'm not gonna force the issue. I appreciate the generosity, but you know what, Suzuka? I'll tell you what. You take that money that you were gonna go to me. What you want to do is you want to go to twitch.tv/Zeldathon, which just started right now. Go to twitch.tv/Zeldathon and make a donation to Make-A-Wish. How about you do that instead? Or yeah, what you could do is you can wait until December 29th at 4 p.m. US Eastern, where I'm going to be doing a run for Zeldathon. I'm going to do Majora's Mask Randomizer, no logic. Be sure to check it out. It's going to be a remote run. I'm not going to be there on site, but the donation total right now, they're at 667. How dare you? Just under 7. Yeah, it just started like an hour ago. So anyway, go watch Zeldathon. I'm going to be doing a run on the 29th, 4 p.m. Eastern. If you guys want a reminder, you can join my Discord. There was a link just posted for it. We have an event for it, so you can get reminded, set yourself as interested. What do we have to do to get a 6-7? What's the one that's like the cat where it's going like Pope Squidward has it in his chat? What's that one? Does anyone remember what it's called? There's an emote that Pope Squidward has in his channel. It's like a cat with like emoji hands going up and down. But people post it when people say 6-7. That's the one I want. But it's like not called. It's not called 6-7. It's something else. Let me go to Pope's channel and see if I can remember what it is. Let me find it. I'm sure somebody will have posted it in the chat history. I need to find this now. It's gonna bother me if I don't find this. Oh, it's Liro Liro. Thank you. Thank you. Is this it? 7TV is taking a million years to load. Oh, I'm not signed in. Sign me out? What the hell? Sorry, we'll get back to Blue Dog stuff soon. I apologize for wasting your time here. This is important. This is very important stream setup stuff. Is this it? No, this is a dog. Why is 7TV taking a million years? Yeah, it's just slow right now. It's not the one. Yeah, this is it. Wait, is it a dog? I thought it was a cat. I can't tell. Is this? It looks like a cat to me. Maybe it is a dog. Anyway. There you go. It's tag on the 7TV page. It's tagged as dog. So anyway, there's your damn 6-7 emote.
The race. Every frame, the dog will move along the track by having its coordinates shifted a certain distance along the track relative to the dog's speed value, and a dog comes in moving 5.5 units every frame. It's important to note that the game only evaluates if the dog is in the finish line region once per frame, meaning the only time a dog's position is checked is over these 5.5 unit increments. As a result, in almost all normal instances of the dog race, the dogs hop over the fake finish line region, which is why this glitch rarely ever happens in practice.
Vidya James posits that this could be the method by which Blue Dog could achieve that coveted dubski that we've all been waiting for the better part of 25 years.
Sure did.
So just to explain again, if any dog actually hits that very thin invisible line, it is declared the winner no matter what. Even if it comes in last place, it won't matter because it is declared to have finished before anybody else. So you would theoretically run this enough times to the point where Blue Dog happens to hit that line. Now, it's very, very rare that this glitch happens. Vidya James highlights a few notable instances, but the reason it doesn't happen often is because the way that the game is calculating the distance, almost every single time the dogs skip that line. You need a very specific circumstance where the dog is directly on that line in that frame, and then it will be the winner. And mathematically speaking, if you run this enough times, there will come a point where Blue Dog will hit that line and it will win. And apparently that's more likely than Blue Dog just winning it the good old-fashioned way with elbow grease, spit, and a ketogenic diet and training with David Goggins.
True.
It seems like, according to Vidya James, this was the way Blue Dog could finally win.
In fact, as of the recording of this video, there are only 4 known instances of this glitch ever occurring within regular gameplay. Earlier this year, I ran a charity fundraiser attempting over 1,300 races picking Blue Dog, hoping to get the long-awaited victory, but alas, not only did I fail at getting a Blue Dog victory,
Shout out to, this is so many of these. This is a blast from the past, by the way. We got Jardis here, Jardis again, gallery. This is a drawing of Blue Dog that Gothic did. We got Narrow Joel here. We got the Blue Dog Weezer album art that remade, and then of course, jalapeno cheddar Doritos. Come on, like why wouldn't we have that?
Time.
This is a very rare glitch. As Vidya James mentions, they only had 4 recorded instances of the glitch ever even happening in the first
That was a
place.
very fun era,
However,
wasn't it?
What's even more rare than the glitch is Blue Dog just normally winning a race. Throughout the countless number of times this game has been played and video evidence of someone playing the game existing, there's never been footage of Blue Dog winning. There's a couple of people that claim they've seen Blue Dog win, but that is just a bunch of hearsay and probably just a load of fucking horseradish.
True.
So it stood to reason that
True.
the glitch was likely going to be...
We still had there were people in the comments of my video being like, "This is a lie. I saw Blue Dog win. It's not that hard." It's like, homie, did you? We have 30,000 races of evidence to the contrary.
the best possible chance Blue Dog had of winning, yet when doing his charity
It's not
stream,
impossible,
he was
guys.
unable
Just
to get
use
the
the
glitch
massive
to happen a
truth,
single
idiot.
time across 1,300 attempts. That is...
No, it's not. It's bathwater, not Gooner.
That's a... Woo-wee! That's a lot of runs.
Woo-wee.
Now, naturally, Vidya James began to question if this was something that was even in the cards at all. Just like the guy who discovered eating ass, he needed to ask the question, is this even possible? And it's the same question that was now being asked about Blue Dog winning a race.
He's
Is it
spitting.
just
He's
impossible?
spitting.
This means that the total possible number of distribution you can have.
That's that. Hold on. I want to add. I know I'm adding a lot of commands
if this
here,
was
but
something that runs. Now, naturally, Vidya James began to question if this was something that was even in the cards at all. Just like the guy who discovered eating ass, he needed to ask the question, is this even possible? And it's the same
I'm so sad. It took me a year to realize I should make these commands.
question that was now being asked about question, is this even possible? And it's the same question that was now being asked about Blue Dog winning a race. Is it just impossible?
This means that the total possible number of distribution you can have for these conditions is 252,252. Okay, it's pretty big, but it's a start. Now for the number of possible RNG values, well, the RNG value in Majora's Mask is stored in memory as a float 32, which is a fancy way of saying the game allocates 32 bits in order to represent the different values it can contain. This means that there are 2 to the power of 32 possible RNG values, which is roughly 4.3 billion. Oh, and it gets worse because with the dog's conditions in play, we get to multiply one big number by a significantly bigger number and arrive at our answer. There are 1,483,414,090,350,592 possible dog races that the game can produce.
And to put that number in perspective, that's not even a fraction of how much Google is being sued by Russia for. It's just like...
I love his little like quips like this that are just like random asides that are very, very funny. Have nothing to do with the video, but Google getting sued by Russia.
Whenever I see massive numbers now, I immediately default to just remembering that Russia is currently suing Google for $2 decillion. That is how comically large that number is. But the 1 quadrillion, well, that's not exactly a small number by any means.
Surely at least some of them result in Blue Dog triggering the glitch, right? The bad news? Realistically, we are never, ever, ever going to get even close to this many attempts at the dog race. If I were to trigger a new dog race every second, it would take me 34 million years to reach that many attempts. Needless to say, you'd have to be a madman to even attempt this sort of thing.
No, what did you do? Oh, this is an old one. Dude, underdoggy style is so funny. Oh my god. Sorry, I have to. I have to. Not assversity, dude.
And luckily, we live in the
There's a
time
cooldown,
of
sadly.
Mad Men. God, it's so good. Oh, the numbers, it's perfect. Like, this is exactly what you want from your fucking stories. All about a dog in a 25-year-old video game winning a race. It doesn't get better than that. Fucking 34 million years of producing a new race every second in order to reach the maximum number of races, and hopefully in one of those, the Blue Dog wins. But there's not even a guarantee, by the way, that Blue Dog wins in one of those. It's entirely possible, even if we did set this up to run every second of every day for the next 34 million years, we pass the Warhammer 40k super sci-fi universe, and whatever
I don't
humanity
know
looks like
40K.
at that
I don't know
point,
what that
when
means.
They finally finish all 1 quadrillion races, there is a chance that Blue Dog never won in a single one of them. It's very possible.
Sag.
There is no guarantee Blue Dog ever fucking wins. You just don't know. You just assume that given this many possibilities, this many races, one of them must
interesting.
have Blue Dog win, but it also might not. For example, if you simulated me playing basketball 1 quadrillion times, there would never be one where I make it to the NBA.
Man
That's
short.
that's the brass tacks of it. That's the sad truth. And that could very well be the case for Blue Dog as well. It may just never win, even in 1 quadrillion races. And that's the fucking beauty of it. You just don't know, but you gotta just let that shit rip.
You gotta grip it and rip it. Hold on, sorry. I'm trying to keep up with the YouTube chat here as well. Blue Dog video is how you found out randomizers even existed, and you've enjoyed watching me in the MM tournament as well. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad to know that people are still out there finding out about the competitive scene through stuff like this. So I'm glad to have helped you find that out. Yeah, the YouTube chat, we got a few people watching on YouTube. I know it's basically I never stream on YouTube, so it's a small audience there. But y'all on Twitch are unhinged. I need the YouTube chat to have some. Need you guys to let loose. But yeah, thank you for letting me know. I'm glad to know that I was able to help people find out about the randomizer tournaments, which have been a lot of fun. I've been doing it since 2020, so it's been a big part of my life. And if you guys like randomizers, definitely check out Zeldathon. I'm going to be doing MM Rando on the 29th of December, 4 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. We're raising money for Make-A-Wish Foundation. Yo, what's up, Suzuka, in the YouTube chat as well. Hell yeah. Thanks, guys. God, this is such a funny quote, dude.
Falkush, who had seen one of my prior videos on the Blue Dog subject, and got inspired to try and get a victory for himself. Falkush had a different, but more intricate idea in mind. He had also taken inspiration from previous efforts to brute force the Mario Party minigame A Day at the Races, which, coincidentally, is also a race minigame where you choose between different competitors who have different base speed values and different random conditions.
The Deus Ex Machina comes into the fold here. Falkish, the perfect man for the job. His
Smoke weed every day,
couldn't be
baby.
a better fit
No.
for this challenge. He had
Hyper,
already
no.
done something similar for a similar concept.
Blaming me in the
a
YouTube
Mario
chat
Party
now, too.
minigame. It's
Sag.
like this was written by George R.R. Martin. We just got brought the perfect person to solve one of the most difficult problems humanity has ever faced, with Blue Dog not winning a race.
He had wrote up a script to brute force the dog race with an emulator. Using the information discussed earlier about how the RNG values affect the dog race, this script would make a save state just before pressing A to initiate the race, then run the race at a much faster
Not the
speed
emoji
because,
pasta.
You could do that with an emulator. And then after the race had concluded, the script would reload the save state, advance the game by 1 frame in order to change the RNG value, make a new save state, and run the race with that brand new RNG value and a brand new outcome. Falkush used an auto splitter, which is normally used for speedrunning console games to look for certain key frames and send commands to your splitting program. But here, he had cleverly leveraged it to look at the first section of the text displayed after the race.
That's such a smart strategy. That is genius level. This dude could probably crack Cold Fusion if you slap Nintendo 64 graphics on it. It's so good. Like, to use an auto splitter for that purpose, that, like, I'm too stupid to do the save states and all.
Yo, Ow, what's up, man? Thanks for the raid there, bud. Welcome on in, gamers. Can I assume that you were playing some Season 9 over here? What's up, guys? My name's Vidya James. I'm a Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time streamer, randomizer player, occasional video producer. Hey, what's up, Sam? What's up, Rafa? Hell yeah. Guys, I'm trying to hit 3,000 followers by the end of the year. If you guys like N64 Zelda content, I'm the guy to follow. We're at 2,958 followers. We're going up. We're only 42 followers away from 3,000 on Twitch. So if you're new here, hit that follow button. And also, if you're here from me, you should follow Alasuna if you like Ocarina of Time Randomizer and Majora's Mask too. He plays MMR as well. But yeah, it is the Blue Dog video came out 1 year ago today, so we're celebrating by reacting to some of the I guess the reactions and fallout from that video. So it's been a lot of fun. And this is Moist Critical reacting to the video.
Calculations and all of that. But I know auto splitters because I speedrun. I have been speedrunning for a decade, so I'm very familiar with how auto splitters work.
Yeah.
I typically don't use them when I stream, but I do.
Yo, Levi, what's up?
And this is just such a creative use of an
Also,
auto
yeah, thank you for the
splitter.
big blue dog.
He,
That's through bits. I appreciate it.
He would have it look at the keyframes in her dialogue because it was unique dialogue depending on where the dog had finished.
Hello,
so he's
Mario.
able to log that to know where Blue Dog had finished in each one of these races.
It would also record the number of frames the script waited before starting the race, so that he could manually load up the initial save and reproduce the race at a normal speed later on. After running the script for 3 days almost non-stop, generating 8,410 races, this happened.
Ooh. Good lord.
The world's first ever Blue Dog victory.
World's first.
All thanks to the tiniest oversight in the code, allowing for an early win.
Against all the odds, it had been done. We may not be inhabiting Mars right now and might not be in the near future, but god damn it, what we do have is something equally as powerful. Our first recorded instance of Blue Dog winning in Majora's Mask. Now, I cut out this section in Vidya James' video where he explains what happens when one of the dogs hits that invisible line, but as I mentioned, when a dog does hit that invisible line, it is declared the winner on the spot. It's declared to have won before anything else. And the way you know it triggers is because of the music. You heard how the music stopped there. Well, it's because one of the dogs hit it, and it was Blue Dog. So Blue Dog was the winner. It got crowned first place. It got the gold medal, even though it didn't cross the finish line first. So it does still count as a win, but it does feel a little hollow not seeing him lead the pack and actually getting to, you know, cross the finish line like all the triumphant athletes.
I am not to you know, choke my own chicken here, but I am fairly proud of how the framing ended up, like the storytelling element of it, because that was that's something that I do think I have a bit of a knack for. You know, I can't write, I can't do graphic design, can't do any of that, but I do think I have somewhat of a sense of what makes a good story and like dramatic timing, comedic timing, and all that. And so I was pretty happy with how I kind of framed this whole thing of like, oh, it can only happen if we have the glitch, but wait, no, there's more. And it's just like, I don't know, it was a nice coincidence of also having that in the back pocket as well.
We've proven that Blue Dog can win, but can it only win through this glitch?
Yeah, don't worry, we'll talk about that. Don't worry.
Just win on its own 4 legs.
As a bonus, he included a clip he saw of Blue Dog getting a legitimate 4th place, which, to both of our knowledge, was the best we've ever seen our boy do outside of the glitch. And in his video description, he proclaimed a question. Can the Blue Dog get better than 4th place without the glitch? Blue Dog had to have the good condition, and the fastest overall dogs needed to have bad or neutral conditions. He again used a script to automate loading the racetrack area, look at each of the dog's conditions in memory, and reload it until it was arranged in a way that it was determined to be optimal for Blue Dog.
This is the equivalent of putting the bumpers up in the bowling lane to help you get a strike, where it's one of those things like, you really want to strike, but you're just not good enough. So that's what Feltish is doing here. He's trying to stack the deck here in favor of Blue Dog having the best chance at winning. So, as mentioned earlier, there are statuses that are applied to the dogs, good, neutral, and bad. Ideally, he'd want Blue Dog with good and everyone else with bad, but the best you can really hope for is Blue Dog getting good and the rest getting a combination of good and neutral and bad for Gold Dog and the faster dogs. So that's what he was doing. He kept reloading until he had the optimal conditions set up.
Well, on the evening of August 25th, 2024, this happened.
He said it again. Lord, I need to fix that for future videos. Yeah, the summoning salt effect knows no bounds, huh? Ugh. I really am a summoning salt hack. I'm sorry. Y'all aren't ready for when I upload the history of Break the Targets. Everybody's gonna say this guy's just copying summoning salt. Dude, I'm dropping this happen like 6 times. Like it's gonna be great.
30,000 attempts and Falkish running the script on 2 separate computers every day, non-stop, finally produced a world where Blue Dog won a race legitimately without the glitch. What an amazing story, beautifully told by Vidya James.
Thank you.
Like I said, I highly recommend checking out his whole video on this. I've only covered like the basics of it. I just love this kind of content so much, and I'm so happy to see that it popped off for him. It seems to be doing really well for him, and I'm really excited to see what else he uploads going forward. This was such a treat from the YouTube
that's awkward.
algorithm today. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this.
Sorry.
A little bit. That's it.
I sat on my ass and did nothing. My bad. But yeah, that was Moist Critical reacting to that whole thing. And yeah, so let's talk a little bit about what's happened in the months since, because Falkish hasn't really slowed down. Falkish hasn't really slowed down. The Rihanna of YouTube. I'll be back. Don't you worry. I legitimately asked my chat at one point, should I get a Blue Dog tattoo? And Bagbot said, do not do that. I will lose respect for you. But he also said that when I said, what if I got an earring? So I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't listen to him. But don't worry, I'll be back. I've got plans. Just not anything concrete. Ekans Hoop Hurl Task. Oh yeah, can we watch the Ekans Hoop Hurl Task? I don't know, Levi. Do you think I should get a Blue Dog tattoo? Don't ask me. What's the point of having gay friends then? I guess I have to listen to Bag after all. Yeah, okay. Oh, I have both. Sorry, I have both songs. My bad. Thank you for pointing that out. There's also this. The 4-player co-op Lickitung high score. So this is 4 guys. I think, yeah, Quebec Yoshi, who we saw in the photograph earlier, was there, and then 2 other friends. So the way you get the high score here is everybody has to, like, you have to get a combo. You have to eat the same food over and over and over. Look at this chain of salmon we got here. Yeah, I had no idea what this was when I played this game for the first time. Yo, Falker's cleaning up, man. A deep dive on Lickitung Sushi? I don't know. Wait, what the heck? 2P? What is... Oh my god. Can we... Let's watch this again and only watch 2P. Are they just eating the salmon? Yeah, they're just farming the salmon. Probably the men are just like screaming at each other, like giving instructions as this is going on. Or maybe this is done in net play, I don't know. So it looks like it's going for the shrimp. You got a ×5 on shrimp. Like I have no idea what's going on here. Okay, so now he just farms the salmon, which I think is the highest scoring thing. And he has this row of like, yeah, ×3, ×4, ×5, ×6, ×7. No, ×6. Oh, it maxes, it caps it out at ×5. Okay, so we just got that huge chain of salmon, and that's what gave him the high score at the end. Yeah, stale moves multiplier. Exactly. So this was Quebec Yoshi. Okay, so I have to say something. So I played Quebec Yoshi in Smash 64 a little bit, and he told me he is like a shameless opportunist, and I've never seen more immediate proof than right here, being an opportunist here with the chain of salmon here. So that tells you everything you need to know. Anyway, this one's funny. Gold Dog True last place. I actually had this. I generated this in real time during the charity month where I spam Blue Dog races. There's a clip on the channel of me getting a Gold Dog True last place. Yeah, this is not rare at all. Common L. Yeah, Gold Dog L. Woo, yeah. and then this one was really cool. Blue Dog first with Gold Dog last. And yeah, it was a tie. So it was actually a tie, but the way the game handles tiebreakers, you see the dogs are arranged from left to right here. This actually corresponds to where they are indexed in the game's memory. So the one on the left is the lowest spot in the memory, and the one on the right is the highest. And what happens if two dogs touch the finish line on the same frame is the tiebreaker goes to whichever dog is lower in memory. So Blue Dog actually has an advantage over a bunch of the dogs, 11 of them, in the case of a tie. So this here was a Blue Dog tying with this other dog that was lower in memory. You can see they're like right next to each other. So it was a tie, but Blue Dog was deemed the winner with Gold Dog finishing last, which is really cool. And now if we go to twitch.tv/Falkush. Oh, is he not streaming it right now? Okay. He was streaming. I'm not sure if he decided to take a break for this or he's like moving his setup or something, but he was spamming, he was streaming like pretty constantly. Blue Dog attempts. What he's trying to look for is he's trying to look for a Blue Dog win that gets ruined by another dog winning the glitch, which is going to be so friggin' rare, but that's what he's spamming. That's kind of his next little project. What I'm hoping to work on eventually, and people have said this before, is like, okay, we had this script run and generate and get a Blue Dog win, but what about a real, like a human generated Blue Dog victory? And so that's kind of what I want to look like. I had a few people message me about this with their ideas of how it could work and like how RTA Blue Dog win. And what it would require is a lot of trial and error with like testing of like viewing RNG values and determining how you could force that to get a blue dog win, which would be really, really, really difficult. But that's something that is kind of like a working idea I have for a future video where you do a RTA blue dog win, looking at RNG values and trying to force a certain one to happen. So I'm interested in making that happen, but it would be a lot of effort, and I wonder if Falkish like has the ability to see what the RNG value was on like the frames that he got the blue dog victory. SRM to override? No, we're not doing SRM, because as soon as you introduce SRM, you can do anything. Like you just use SRM to change the blue dog speed to 10 or something. Like SRM, as soon as you introduce SRM, you can do literally anything. So it's not that interesting to come up with an SRM setup for that. But doing that just by like, you know, forcing it, like doing a setup to force a specific RNG value. Slippy tag, okay. Well, my Slippy tag, I changed my Slippy tag a long time ago. It is now 4 beers deep. So if that's where you're at, then I might have to revoke the lead moderator badge from you. The husband hammer. But yeah, a few other things I wanted to talk about with the video. There, like I said, like there's so many comments talking about like people being like, I got the blue dog to win. What are you talking about? But as on a whole, I've gone through so many of the comments on this video. There's 8,500 of them. So many of them are just so positive and being like, this was a really well done video, and people thanking me and stuff. So for everyone who left a positive comment, I've seen you, I appreciate you. It really made me happy that this video reached to you, made you feel a certain way, and I appreciate all the positive feedback. That being said, there's some funny stuff here. I've shown a couple of these funny comments, but there's some really funny stuff here. So I've compiled what I call the comment Hall of Fame. I have like 15 or so comments that I think are just the funniest comments, or like ones that were worth talking about. But then there was one, hold on. We got TJ Henry Yoshi commenting here. There's a comment from the official Sonic account. Maybe it's not, oh, there it was. I think I saw it. Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog commented on the video, and people are like, what's Sonic doing here? What the hell? Anyway, hi Katie, how you doing? Happy Blueversary. Yeah, TJ Henry Yoshi with 1,000,000 quote marks. And yeah, again, on a whole, the comments, like I've talked about a lot of mean comments and like people being idiots in the comments, but like for the most part, like by far and large, all these comments are really, really nice. Dude, the amount of people though who's like, it's just like Haru Urara, like there's so many people who think they're original. It's like, yeah, I've heard this comment 1,000,000 times already. But anyway, shall we go through the comment Hall of Fame? What's up, Cheesecake? How you doing, bud? Yeah, TJ Henry Yoshi is a great YouTuber. Well, YouTube commenter. I don't know, does he made videos? What's TJ Henry Yoshi's upload look like? He does have videos. You should play Cryptid the Necrodancer. Yeah, good game. I agree. We got YouTube Poops, Mario Kart DS. These thumbnails are better than mine, I gotta say. Is this him? Is that what he looks like? I've never seen his face before. Anyway, cool. But yeah, shall we go through the comment Hall of Fame? Give me a sec here. This one's good. Absolutely staggering that anyone would waste their life doing this. You should be completely ashamed of yourself. Hell yeah, bud. Thanks for the input. He's spitting though. He is on the money there. I can't believe someone would waste their life doing this. Yeah. On a poster? I don't know if I could put this on a poster. I don't know. That's a little too on the nose there. Oh yeah, here's the Sonic comment. I saved it just in case I couldn't find it. Shoutouts to Sonic the Hedgehog. Speaking of which, actually, we got a bit of fan art, specifically from that, that comment specifically spawned a bit of fan art that I wanted to show off. Hold on. You find this here. Okay, this was also really good. This is really good fan art that somebody made. I love this image so much. Like crying, holding up Blue Dog. What else is there? Yeah, here it is. Here it is. This is literally the Sonic comment. Whoever did this, oh my god. This is a beautiful piece of art. Having Sonic petting Blue Dog, oh my god. This is so good. What else do we have? I have some other stuff bookmarked. Is this? Fuck the odds, let's go. Hell yeah. What else is there? Oh yeah, okay, so here we go. Bro, you aren't gonna believe this. Somebody made a friggin' crypto coin. Somebody made a crypto coin for Blue Dog, which I do not condone this. I think crypto's a scam. Don't lose your money. But yeah, somebody made this and like they did a bunch of like AI generated things and yeah, this was awful. But this is a real thing that happened. Somebody made a friggin' Blue Dog crypto coin. I don't want to give this any more time because fuck crypto. Hey, here's the we already looked at this one. And then another good one. That's the other thing. Okay. Something I want to talk about is when I uploaded or like around the time I was uploading the Blue Dog video, I was going through a lot of like weird reflections of like my place in the internet and like where I've been and like what kind of following I have, because like I said, I've been putting stuff on the internet for a very long time. Look at my YouTube channel. And I've been involved with Zeldathon for, at that point it had been 10 years, it's 11 years now. You know, I've had eyes on me before and I got the chance to go to stuff like Speedrun Coliseum, meet a bunch of big streamers and get my face out there. And through all of that, like, I never really had like any, like I haven't seen, like I've seen a little bit of growth in terms of the stuff I produce, but it's always felt fairly small. And like my presence on the internet, and it's like, I was going through all these like thoughts of like self-doubt of like, I don't know if I really belong here. Am I even that entertaining? Am I good on camera personality? Can I like hold an audience? And I don't know, it was a really negative point for me just going through all that. And I legitimately had points where it's like, I'm gonna upload this Blue Dog video and like I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be around after this. And then I uploaded the video and it popped out and it like completely reframed like my perception of like who I was, like what kind of position I had online and like that sort of like presence. It's like, okay, maybe I can captivate an audience. Maybe I do have it in me to put something out that people really enjoy and latch on to. And it's something that I'm like still like coming to terms with, because like, you know, I'm still streaming for a relatively small audience overall. Like I really do enjoy streaming and I enjoy being able to, you know, put on something that people want to enjoy watching. But I'm still like reflecting on this and realizing that like what I like doing in terms of streaming and what my skills are as like, you know, a storyteller or a video producer and stuff, they don't necessarily always align. And I think that's okay. Like, I'm happy to keep streaming and doing this, even if it is for a smaller audience. But, you know, I am starting to realize that like maybe I guess what I'm good at and what I'm able to produce might be better used in different ways. So I don't know. It's something that I haven't really like fully comprehended and like come to terms with. It's still something I'm still like processing even a friggin' year later, but it's still something I'm thinking about. And so like I see comments like this where people are like, you know, I've been writing a book for a decade and felt like giving up. And you know, I'm really glad that this story is something that that resonated with people and people like kind of got inspired by. So I think about that when I get through these thoughts. So like this I don't know, this meant a lot to me hearing stuff like this. I don't know, what is this video here? I don't think I've seen this. Is this yeah, let me mute this. No, I have not seen this. It's a cover of the dog race. Or I guess just the race music in general. It's Goron race too. This is an unrealistic depiction of Goron race because normally you'd lose spikes like 3 seconds into this. And he added the Kuika or whatever the frig it's called. And then you have Goron City here too. Yo, the Goron Elder frozen, nice. Yeah. Yo, and the dogs here. Okay, dude, bald. Sakon's bald, and then and Wizard 2. No, not the MM3DI. Get that off my screen. And Bulldog too. So true. Yeah, Blue Dog #1. Hell yeah. Very nice. Family Guy. Oh my god. Okay, let's watch Family Guy. And then I got one more here. And yeah, this is really cool PixArt too. This is really nice. But yeah, okay. I want to go back to the comment Hall of Fame that I assembled here. Hold on. Anyway. Yeah, Dan's Gaming streaming live on x.com. Okay, so this was the one that unfortunately I did not find this comment, but this is one that I posted in my Discord as like I was able to find this back. Let me save you all some time. Blue Dog never actually wins. It's just a stupid glitch. Nobody cares. This is 21 minutes I'll never get back from my life. I hope I saved somebody some time. This video could have been explained in 2 minutes. And as I said, the Blue Dog never wins anyhow. He's right. He's right. He's right. Hold on, we got one more. Oh. I need to open this in actual Discord. Join my Discord, by the way, if you're not in it already. Here we go. Yeah, this is a great one. Hold on a sec. I wish top comment was a 2-sentence answer to clickbait title. Fuck you and your 20-minute essay. Hope your channels gets canceled for random lies and slander. Me too, dude. Me too. How dare you? Dude, people got so mad. Like, what is clickbaited? Please tell me what was clickbaited. This is another thing I've learned through like the last year of making YouTube videos is people will call anything clickbait. People will call literally anything clickbait. If the video is not like, or the title doesn't exactly state what it is, people are always going to call it clickbait. Anyway, he's right. My channel needs to be canceled for random lies and slander. I really hope that happens. Because I've had it too good for too long. No, the top comment is me pinning Falkush's comment because he did like a shit ton of the work, you know? Oh, I don't know what to tell you, bud. I don't know what to tell you. Let me guess. Doing glitches and stupids all over. Yeah, sorry. I'm doing glitches and stupids everywhere. My apologies. Yeah, here. This one. Dude, this comment gave me a friggin' aneurysm. Don't sprag liar, dude. At 59, you say that you need the mask. Fuck bullshit. I try it before and pick the dog in some good condition and always fuck make me lost the race practically most of the time when I use my instinct and try to pick one without the mask. I have more chance to win that shit mask who is pretty useless. I never use it for win the dog race. And at 245, that a liar too, because I see sometimes the blue dog win the race and Majora mask. I play it a lot and I love to do that dog race. Can I talk about the funniest part of this comment? Right there. They had to edit it. They wrote this comment and it's like, wait. No, let me fix this up a little bit. Let me make it a little bit more clear what I'm saying. Dude, the edited goes so hard with this comment. The edited goes so hard with this comment. I cannot believe this is a real comment I got on the video. This is so good. Guy was very mad. Oh, here we go. Can somebody please type underdoggy in the chat room? Exclamation point underdoggy. There you go. Beautiful. Thank you, Ree, for bestowing this upon the masses. Can you get the sprag liar? Hold on. All right, you good? I'll leave it up as long as you need there, bud. Okay. All right. We got more comments here. Okay, this one's whatever. Like people comment. Yeah, bullshit might be a good command. Hold on, I can probably take that back up. The world's first documented blue. So many people are just like, this happened already. It's just you didn't. Thank you, Ree. I'll add this as a command. There were so many people who were like, this actually happened before. It's just you didn't. Yeah, people are so friggin' mad, man. Just always mad on the internet. Yo, what's up, Curtis? So like, yeah, I get a ton of these comments that are just like, you know, people be like, oh, whatever, this is, you know, this happened before, you know, it's just, this is the first recorded one. So like, I didn't include all these comments because there's a ton of them, but the Semper Fi at the end of it, or Semper Fi, however you say it, I don't know. That it's like the fact that they felt the need to include that at the end of the comment is so funny to me. I can't believe that this is what they thought was gonna really make their comments stick. And to be fair, to their credit, like in the mass of other comments of like, this happened already, like this is the one that caught my attention because they put Semper Fi at the end of it. That's just so funny. All right, what else do we got here? Yeah, again, people who are just like, it can only be through a glitch. They can't actually do. There's so many people who like didn't watch the last 2 minutes. They watched 19 minutes of a 20-minute video and they didn't watch the end of it. I don't know what to tell you, man. All right, what else do we have here? Oh, dude, this guy got so mad. This guy left like 3 comments, but I mentioned at the beginning, like people got mad at me for putting Shadow of the Colossus at the beginning. This is one of them. We're just like, you just felt the need to grandstand about Shadow of the Colossus. It's like literally like a 5-second clip of Shadow of the Colossus at the start of the video. And they're like, it's an awful half-baked and boring game. I can't believe gamers bought the it's meant to be empty nonsense. And then the clip that I added the clip of the SGDQ where Pope's like, oh yeah, the Blue Dog can't win the race. He's like, and look, something else without integrity making its appearance. Games done by cheaters. They invited so many cheaters and banned legit players because those princesses can't admit mistakes, hiding behind charity. Okay, bud. Okay. Whatever you say. And again, there's like 3 other comments. None of them are particularly noteworthy, but the fact that he left all these different comments is just so funny to me. Oh yeah, so earlier I talked about like how I had videos on my channel from like 17 years ago that are like a time capsule. I actually found one. This one comment felt like it shot me back to like 2010. This comment, this is on the Blue Dog video, but it felt like the comment was made in 2010. Wow, you have no life, XD. Like who says this in 2025? Who says this? You have no life, Lamau. This is such a 2010s comment, and I love it. I love that they felt the need to, yeah. They really thought they got me with this one. It's like looks like an IV in his profile pic. I can't tell for sure. Yeah, this is fake and gay, by the way. Oh, for fuck's sake, why you clickbait? This whole thing is a hoax. Again, people just getting mad at anything being click space bait. Can you believe it? Yeah, press 1 if you're fake and gay. Thank you. I'm glad everybody here is fake and gay. Yeah, having a title is clickbait, and nobody reads descriptions. What have we looked at this one? Okay, this one's not a mean comment, but this one made me laugh so hard. Sorry, it's hard adjusting these. I just got wine drunk and watched this video up to 12 minutes before realizing I was listening to a dude talk about the math behind a Blue Dog winning a race in a game. This breakup hit me hard. That's an insane thing to comment. I can't believe this comment. Shout outs to my homies getting wine drunk and watching the Blue Dog video. Yeah, Bush. Did we look at this one? Oh yeah, okay. This one's great. This is from a month ago. This is like literally a new comment. Jesus Christ died on the cross to give us eternal life and to forgive our sins. He rose from the dead and gave us the Holy Spirit to live in us. If you accept him and believe in him, you'll live. This is a comment on the Blue Dog video. I just want to remind you guys. This is a comment on the Blue Dog video. Good Lord. Yeah, Prage in chat, please. Yeah, it's most likely a bot. I just thought that was really funny. What else do we have? Okay, so like people leave silly comments like, oh yeah, Blue Dog won because he slipped sleeping pills to Gold Dog or whatever. But the way this comment is constructed really, really got me. On the glitch attempt, Blue Dog ended up beating the Gold Dog legitimately, so it is 100% possible to get a legitimate win. Okay, so far it makes sense. Assuming Blue Dog gave diarrhea pills to all other dogs while injecting Red Bull into his balls. Edit, yeah, fake. The edit is so good, dude. It's like he saw Blue Dog win legitimately. He's like, "Yep, I do it. I called it. The Red Bull and balls. What can you do?" A weed strain called. I would smoke the hell out of a weed strain called Blue Dog. It better actually be blue, by the way. Edit, yeah, figures is so funny. Oh yeah, we saw this one already. I think. All right, here we go. This is the last one. Which if you type exclamation point Glazers in the chat, there's so many Glazers in your comments with toxic positivity, so I'll keep it real for you here. Assuming your audience is children that do not understand the point in a 2D or 3D space is an extremely specific coordinate. Your audience isn't kindergarten children. Are you sure about that? Like, have you seen some of the comments on my video? This is like the direct antithesis to what I talked about. In that I like to frame things in a very basic way so that people aren't confused and be like, this is just a game where you pick the dog with a mask of truth. No, I have to explain things at a basic friggin' level, or else there's going to be people who don't understand, and I want to make sure it's as accessible as possible. And in doing so, more people are going to watch the video, understand it, and resonate with it. But this guy thinks like, this guy got so offended by me explaining things at a basic level, and he spelled pan and coke wrong, by the way. So minor spelling mistake. You're wrong. I win. Exactly. Have you met my audience? Have you seen some of the dumbasses that come by this stream? Yeah, pan and coke. Pan and coke 2012. Respect the intelligence of your audience. Thank you, sir. I will do better in the future. And that's it. I think that's probably like the last really mean comment that I wanted to show off. But there's been a lot of funny ones. The last thing I want to show off, which you guys maybe noticed, maybe didn't, but what I'm wearing right now, this hat is actually, this was made by Darth Plagle, who is a friend of the community, friend of the Zeldathon community, and she made this Blue Dog hat. Look at this. It's literally a hat with like blue dogs lined all across it, which is insane. And she made it, she hand delivered it to me. There's hold on, I have a better image of it on my Twitter. Yeah, here we go. Oh, it's cropped, hold on. Yeah, look at that. So well made. Beautiful, beautiful hat. I'm definitely gonna keep wearing this because I love it. I love wearing beanies. So yeah, I was wearing it the whole stream and you didn't notice because you can't tell that it's a Blue Dog hat from this angle. But yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I really had planned. I'm not gonna do this like every year or anything, but I felt for 1 year it was appropriate to recount what's happened, where I kind of want to go next. Again, I have some plans for what I want to do for YouTube next year. Maybe I'll stream less and work on YouTube more, but again, if it becomes work for me, I'm just gonna keep streaming to the audience I have and be happy with that. But I do have a couple things that I want to do. Again, I want to do world record history of Smash 64 bonuses, break the targets, board the platforms. The story of KM, I think, is really interesting. and it probably won't resonate with nearly as many people, but I want to do this video. The surprise premiere of part 3 of the Blue Dog story, no, but maybe eventually I will make Blue Dog 3, where we get RTA Blue Dog, but that's something that I'm gonna need a lot of help to do. I'm gonna need a lot of help to make that, because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to manipulate RNG values. But if anybody knows or knows anybody who could help me out, I would love to work on that and maybe make a Blue Dog part 3. But all I can really say, guys, what I have coming up is, again, on December 29th at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing a run for Zeldathon. It's Majora's Mask No Logic Randomizer. It's gonna be a remote run. I'm not at Zeldathon, obviously, but we're gonna do it. Nina's gonna be on donations and commentary, so we're raising money for Make-A-Wish. Be sure to be there. Twitch.tv/Zeldathon. Go follow it right now, and we'll raid in there in a second here. But that's gonna be a lot of fun. And then next week, well, 2 weeks from now, excuse me, is AGDQ. AGDQ is coming up on January 9th, 9:30 p.m. US Eastern. Bubzia is going to do a blindfolded speedrun of either Majora's Mask or OOT. It's going to be a bid war to decide which game they play. And yours truly is going to be on commentary with Runner Guy, helping out Bubzia there. It's going to be a lot of fun, so be sure to check that out as well on twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. Yeah, sorry, Games Done by Cheaters. I forgot the Christian name. Sorry, just catching up on the YouTube chat as well. Yeah, the hat, dude, the hat is so good. I'm so happy to have this. And I think, actually, speaking of, I believe Darth Plagueis made a second Do I Want Coffee? Yes, I'd love coffee. Maria, I'm about to end stream, by the way. Darth Plagueis made a second one of these hats that I believe is a giveaway for Zeldathon. I don't know if it's part of like a grand prize giveaway or what, but there is a Blue Dog hat that is being, yeah, AGDC. Awesome Games Done. AGDBC. Sorry, yeah, there's going to be a giveaway for Zeldathon. I'll try to get more details about that, but yeah, there's going to be a Blue Dog hat given away as part of Zeldathon for people who donate. Be sure to check that out. And yep, that's if you guys want reminders of these, you can join my Discord. I have events set up. I'm actually using events now, and get notified when I go live on Twitch and or YouTube. Yeah, that's going to do it for me. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks everybody who watched on YouTube. Appreciate you. I didn't forget about you. Yeah, we're going to go raid into Zeldathon. Be sure to spread the love there. Show off some if you have any money to give away, if you have anything you're able to donate to Make-A-Wish, they'd greatly appreciate that. So yeah, I'll see you guys again soon. I hope you have a lovely weekend as we return back to normal life after the holiday season.